Freehand's what I want. There we go. So, la da da da. There we go. Okay, got it. Perfect. Perfect. Yes. End of session. Alright, so. Starting. Razzle Armstrong's adventure. Alright, so you are Razzle Armstrong, well-known strongman of Wrestleloria.
Okay.
And you are well known as a fighter in the arena, a gladiator-esque tournament made for fame, glory, and entertainment for the city. You were on a 10-fight win streak in the tournament.
Okay.
Until last year, when you finally went against the arena champion, the Overgiver. That is his name, the Overgiver. And you have, over the years, fought many different men of races and varying strengths. So you were very experienced in the arena in this, I guess. Yeah. Now you
just keep going.
You just look like a menorah.
I'm laughing. I can't drop.
You're a very experienced fighter in the arena.
Okay.
Currently, you are.
My arm.
Your arm is broken.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
All right. So you are in the Wrestleloria local bar.
Okay.
You are just relaxing, having your daily drink, when a local news announcing boy runs to the bar and announces to everyone inside. Everyone.
Those are called criers.
Criers? Okay. Everyone.
C-R-I-E-R.
It's finally been announced. The arena. The arena's starting today. The new tournament is today. All need but sign up, and the fights will begin later today. And after hearing this, obviously, you are filled with anxiety and adrenaline.
Hell yeah, I'm ready to fight.
And you definitely feel the need to sign up immediately at the arena. And the arena, luckily, is only just around the corner from the bar you are currently at.
Awesome.
So what would you like to do, sir?
Well, gonna go fight. Go sign up. Let's go sign up for this shit.
Alright, so you decide and get up off your seat, your drink already paid for, and you hustle yourself outside, making your way downtown.
Downtown? Yep.
You make yourself to the arena. The arena is a circular, typical arena of most conformed sorts. It is a very large circle, and its inner circle is the main sanctum, from which fighting takes place, and then at the outer more circle is typically the stands.
Pretty standard Coliseum.
Pretty standard Coliseum type shape. And you have now made your way outside the bar and to the front gates entrance to the arena.
Okay.
And as you are here, you see the sign-up person named Peter, who is looking kind of grim because he doesn't see very many people, and he's rather excited seeing you walking up, looking like you're going to sign up.
Alright. Is there any sort of bill posted or roster posted on who's fighting in this tournament? Usually, sometimes, they have certain tournaments, and hanging next to the sign-up sheet, they'd be like, these are,
Are you asking me, or are
they're
you
top
asking
fighters.
the sign-up person?
Well, let's do this way. I'm asking the sign-up person. Peter, my lad.
Hello, how can I help you today?
Yeah. Before I take part in this this fighting, what's the main event?
Well, the main event today is the 10-man tournament for the Arena Champions title.
Excellent. All right. Any sort of prizes? besides the title?
Oh, well, of course. There's always a cash prize. And
Can Bill go
especially
to hell?
and especially considering that the Overgiver this year, much like every other year, has won consecutively, which means that the cash prize continues to multiply. It's getting very, very large, and he's won every single title.
I like this. Sounds very good. Well then, seeing as there's a large sum of money on the table and a chance to kick some ass, I would like to sign up.
Oh, well, absolutely. We know you very well here. You've fought many times, and you need no references. Please feel free to sign up.
No references.
Well, yes,
That's kind of shady.
Typically new fighters for the title would need some references to be worthy of entering such a prize.
I haven't fought in years.
You fought many fights as we know you well.
All right. Okay. I shall sign up. Where do I mark my name?
Well, you would mark your name right here on the list. You would be actually our 10th fighter, and at the end of
Well, it looks
our
like
list
I got
signing,
in just in time.
Yes, you did. Absolutely did. So feel free to sign and enter. Please know that once you have entered the arena, all contestants are required to stay inside until the event is over.
All right. So, it's all 10 fights?
For
Not
all
allowed to
10
leave?
fights. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. Well, then I will head into the arena now.
Well, best of luck to you, sir. I'll be rooting for you personally. And I'm assuming you head into the arena.
Yes, I'm headed straight into the arena now.
The instant you take steps into the arena, you see many enthusiasts all crowded around, and they are heading towards the seats. It is a very, very large coliseum, so everyone in town and quite possibly a lot of out-of-town people are coming and making their way in to their seats. You see a few vendors selling drinks and such, some merchandise even maybe. And
all right,
you slowly make your way to the holding cell for all of the fighters. And as you enter, a strange silence comes over the room, and you can feel many eyes on you from all the other fighters. And you just kind of make your way over to your own area.
Yep, find a spot and sit down. That's all I want to do. Don't care for any of the other fighters.
And that's what you do, and you just take your time there, and slowly they go back to what they're doing, but a few keep looking at you, and one even approaches you. And he comes up to you and says, "So what are you doing here, you muscle-bound freak?"
I just kind of look at him and shrug him off. I have no need for you. Go away.
Well, I think that someone of your size doesn't stand much of a chance here. It's all about technical skill and speed. That's what I have. Huge guy like you could never keep up with me.
Why keep up with you? Just stand still, wait for you to come to me, and then I punch you in the face.
You talk a big game, but I won't even bother continuing a conversation with some mongoloid dolt like yourself.
Sounds good.
Alright, I'll see you
I go back
out
to just
there.
sitting there, staring at the floor.
I'll see you out there if you even make it that far. He kind of walks away.
You have fun with that.
Kind of walks away confident. You can see on his back, the clothing he wears has some styled writing on it. And it's in common, and you can tell that it says MC Funk, and that's what you would assume to be his name.
I thought he just smelled bad.
He smelled fairly average as far as a wrestler would go.
Okay.
And you see some unfriendly looking fellows, but also there are a few people who seem to be minding their business around you, fairly similar in size, looking at you, and possibly even friendly.
Possibly friendly?
Possibly even friendly looking.
I don't want to converse with any of them. I'm here to punch people in the face and win money.
Alright, fair enough. After some time goes by, you see some manager-esque looking people coming in and out, talking to the many wrestlers and conversing, and some of the wrestlers get up, go to places, some come back seemingly with a more confident look in themselves, and over time, eventually, you hear some horns sounding, some announcements going on. Can't quite make them out, but you assume that the event is starting. And
okay. I want to do a quick check. How many wrestlers are still in the room that I can see?
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Well, I wouldn't need to roll a perception check for that if I'm just looking around.
Okay.
That I can see. I'm not trying to find hidden things or anything. I'm just trying to see how many of them are around me.
Alright, well, fair enough. The amount of people around you that you can see is 9.
Okay, so we're all still just chilling in this room.
Okay,
Gotcha.
Never
All
mind.
right.
Never mind. I'm retarded. The amount of people that you can see, the amount of people that you can see around you is 8.
Okay, so one person is missing. Gotcha.
Yes.
All right, good. All right, keep going.
Correct. All right. So now, although you are limited to being in the arena, that does not constrict you from watching the event. You are simply just waiting in the wrestler's hold, and 2 of the fighters have now gotten up after being announced and are on their way towards the Coliseum entrance. And you are more than welcome to do whatever you like during that time.
I want to go check out some of the vendors.
All
if
right.
they're inside the Coliseum, right?
Yep, they absolutely are. All right. So you make your way out to the more outer entrances to everything and find a few vendors. Some selling refreshments, some selling some saluting kind of gear, some flags maybe that have some names on them. You see some like horns, maybe for honking, some noise rattlers, kinds of things like that you typically find at any kind of sporting event.
Okay.
And yeah, you just kind of approach, and you see a smiling face of a vendor. Anything you would like to say?
No, I just kind of want to wander around the area for a little bit, blow some time, see what else is around. The vendor, not interested in buying anything just yet. Kind of want to just wander around a little bit.
Alright, fair enough.
See what's going on. So I'll head in the direction of, actually, let's head in the direction of the stands so I can peek out over into the stadium.
Alright. Well, you go ahead and you make yourself up a pair of stairs that lead up to the stands that you can see. And as you make your way up to the stands, you just see a very, very large and open area filled almost to the brim, full of people, excited and aroused people, and they're going crazy.
Aroused
people. Don't look too much into it. And as you make your way in there, you can see a very sectioned off and specific part in the middle of, you say, like halfway through to the stands, a very, very good kind of boxed area for viewing. And
Okay.
very specifically, you see this because a man is looking directly at you and waving you down.
So someone in the stands is waving me down, huh?
Yes. Kind of hinting for you to come over.
Oh,
Very,
he's beckoning me.
yes, kind of beckoning you over.
Okay. I'll head over there cautiously.
Alright.
At just a normal stroll. Not like I'm in a hurry or anything.
Alright. He's watching you as you do this, and he's kind of happy to see you coming over. Nothing really strikes you as odd that about him. He's a very well-dressed man.
Okay.
You would assume maybe a politician or some sort of higher up, well-off person.
Alright.
And as you get closer, you can hear him calling out to you. Ah, Razzle, Razzle, it's great that you're here. I'm really excited for you this year.
Do I know you?
No, well, you might not know me, but I know you very well. I've followed your fights for years, and I'm really hoping that this year's the year that you get your comeuppance and that you're gonna take them all down, that you'll get that championship.
Why are you so interested?
Well, I might possibly be benefiting from you winning, per se. I think that it's fairly obvious to most people that in a sport such as this, that maybe there might be a very big underground betting system going on, and it just so happens that because you're a little bit less known, but also very, very watched and seen as far as your prowess goes is in the fighting scene, that your odds might be very, very well for someone against the champion.
You're very open with all this information. Are you sure you should be telling me this? You seem a man of your such class. I don't know if it would look good for you to be dealing in such ways.
Well, let's just say that this town is very well known for the arena, and I highly doubt any officials of any sort would get in the middle of anything that might be going down as far as betting might go. So I think I'm fairly safe in saying that any information I might give to you, I feel safe in doing so.
Alrighty. How about you and I make a bet?
Well, what kind of bet?
A bet on the winner of this tournament.
Well, are you saying that
So-
maybe you would like me to put in a bet in the underground polls for you to win? I could certainly put down some money for you.
Yeah, let's put down some money for me.
All right, I'd absolutely love to.
I bet my winnings in this tournament on myself.
Oh, really? Well,
Yes.
the winner of this tournament gets 100 gold. You're willing to put up 100 gold?
Indeed.
Well, then I'd absolutely love to. If you honestly think that you could beat the champion, the undefeated champion, I think that we could definitely put some money on you.
I can beat him.
Well, then I'm very confident, and from what I've seen in the years past, that you could do it as well. But I think, before we put some hard money on this, that I should tell you something about the champion
Yes.
that I've seen.
Okay.
Well, it seems to me that a man who could win 50 fights in a row, as the champion has, without faltering even a single time, something might be a little abstract about that. So, last year, I paid some special attention to his fights in specific, and it seems that in one fight I noticed that a man was exhausted the second that the champion even grappled with him. And immediately afterwards, the man fell to his knees. Just a single grapple from the champion, and the man was completely powerless. It's as if he didn't even stand a chance coming into the arena.
I smell something fishy here.
And so did I. But unfortunately, even after maybe doing some unauthorized investigating of the champion's private locker room, I couldn't find a single thing in his gear, in his possessions at the time. It's very, very odd. It's also very concerning to your well-being, because I have no idea how he would be making all of his fights fixed without even touching them.
It has to be something on his persons, then.
It's possible. Anything's possible. I just think that if you're willing to put down some hard cash on this, that you should be very, very concerned and very, very cautious as far as anything that you might be doing or has been done to you. But I'm definitely willing to put down some money for you, sir, and I'd absolutely love to be putting this bet in place, and I believe in you. I really, really do, and I hope for both our sakes that you're successful, so we can be very, very happy for multiple reasons after this fight is over.
Sounds good. Alright, I'm gonna take my leave now.
Absolutely. I wish the best to you, and I will simply put that bet as soon as you leave.
I'm gonna head back to the wrestling hold and just have a seat.
Alright, the man has a big smile on his face as you leave, kind of gives you a thumbs up and nods you off as you walk away.
Double my money.
As you make your way back to the lounge, you hear a big roar from the audience as you're almost nearing the exit to the stands, and you can hear an announcement sounding off that the first fight is over.
Alright. Still gonna head back to the hold.
Alright. Back into the hold, you simply await your turn, and after some time passes, you even see one of the competitors coming back, but being carried, not walking. And he is kind of being toted by two men back into the holding cell, and he's just kind of placed onto the ground. He looks a bit bruised and bloodied, but he doesn't look like he's not stable, just extremely beaten and definitely unconscious.
I pay no attention.
Alright, fair enough. Some time passes, you just kind of whittling your thumbs as you wait for someone to come get you, and the time eventually comes. Someone comes in, a nice young lady, blonde hair, blue eyes, comes in. Mr. Razzle, it's time.
Sounds good.
Alright. You stand up, you follow her, knowing the path to go, but still staying a respectful way behind her. And as you are almost to the entrance of the main arena, you hear a familiar voice.
Okay. What's it say?
It says, Mr. Razzle, Mr. Razzle, I can't believe you're here too. It's great to see you.
Who are you?
Okay, you kind of look over, and at the front of the entrance to the main fighting stands, you see a familiar face, a man you know as Jimmy, and he is.
I have a feeling I fucking hate Jimmy.
You stand behind he stands behind a refreshment table. A bunch of interesting colored drinks, and he says, "It's great to see you again, Mr. Razzle. I'm rooting for you just like I always do, and I hope that you go out there and you win it once and for all."
Sounds good, kid. Bye. I don't want to talk to Jimmy. Jimmy gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Well, as you kind of give him the cold shoulder and walk away, he says, "Oh, wait, one second, Mr. Razzle, you forgot your refreshing drink."
Nah, I don't want to drink.
"All right, that's up to you, sir." And he just kind of waves you off really excitedly, like he's really happy to see you. And you just kind of...
Well, actually, hold on. I'll go back. I'll take the drink, but I'm not going to drink it.
Alright, and he says, "Well, that's a great decision, sir. These drinks are made specifically to give everybody really good energy when they're fighting. I'm really happy to see you take it, and I really hope it helps you win this time." And once again, he kind of waves you off, really excited, and you go ahead, take the drink, and walk right into the main entrance to the fight. And there's kind of a short hallway that you pass through after seeing him, and then there's the main entrance to the arena. And not typically to most coliseums, the arena is going to go ahead and be shaped like a square.
Shaped like a square, huh?
And
okay.
On the four edges of the square that you see, are torches, but what looks like multiple torches, kind of a fiery area on these four corners. And other than that, it's just a completely wide open area, and the only entrances are from opposite sides, and you are going to go ahead and enter from this side right here. And you take your stand inside the inner arena and wait for your opponent. You hear the announcers going crazy, kind of getting everybody up in arms about who's coming, and you hear him saying, "And now introducing a well-known fighter, Razzle Armstrong." And as you're making your entrance, you see everybody kind of cheering. Nothing extravagant, but lots of
no attention to it.
Lots of cheering regardless. And
kind of just walk to my place.
And you just kind of walk to your place. And once again, you see the announcer.
I just realized I'm being a dick.
Yeah, you kind of
anyway.
But hey, apparently that's how Razzle rolls.
I'm chaotic neutral. I only care about myself.
Alright, well. And now, the announcer once again begins to talk. And his first time appearance in this arena. Let's give him a great big welcome. He's only known as the Barroom Brawler. And you see this kind of average looking fellow coming in from the opposite side, and he just kind of makes his way right here, and you're both on opposite sides of the arena, and that's pretty much your starting point for both sides. And you're both introduced, and the crowd is going wild, and the only thing that's going through your head is, Man, I should probably roll for initiative.
Would I have to roll for initiative?
That would
Didn't
be...
explain that in the thing.
Oh, God.
'Cause I know it's off my decks, I know that. But I didn't see here where it said what to roll, if it's a d6 or...
Oh my god. See, now I'm regretting not opening the other notepad at the same time. Because I had all that
Hey,
stuff.
as you said, this is a test run, so we're learning things.
Exactly.
Initiative modifier. Character comics according to their initiative. Your character mode. Initiative modifier equals your dex modifier plus any modifier from class, race, or other
Right.
features.
I think it's
Do you have
a
determined initiative?
D20.
Equals your dexterity plus any modifier. I don't have any modifiers. I have 4 for dex modifier.
Right, so you're just going to go ahead and roll a D20 plus 4.
Gotcha. Well, 1d20 plus 4. Roll. 19.
19. Awesome.
I almost critically initiated it.
Well, crit still has to be a natural 20, but
That's I'm
You
just
got
saying.
it.
I almost critically initiated.
you did you did pretty well for yourself. Now, I'm going to go ahead and roll his. Just give me 1 second to see his. Okay. All right, then he doesn't do that. Okay, awesome. Wait, how did you roll?
Below the draw thing, there's a little d20. Click on that, and it'll open up the roll screen.
Below that?
Yeah, there's on the little taskbar there. There's a d20 icon. Click on it. Near second to last.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Get fucked, son.
So you make your first move.
All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to see here. I'm going to position myself in the center of the arena.
In the center of
And
the
wait
arena.
for his move. And wait for his move. So I'm gonna go.
So are you gonna
Here.
ready an attack? Are you gonna?
Well, I'm going to stand and wait.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you wanted to,
Yeah.
you can.
Well, I got a movement, right, and then I got a and then an attack. But he's out of range. I can't attack him. That's why I have to
Right.
stand and wait.
Right. But
Oh.
there's also oh man, I wish I learned more about this dodge thing. There's also a dodge mechanic. That is kind of like guarding. Fucking wish I had written that down in my reminders. Wait, don't I? Why didn't I?
Well,
I used to be able to have multiple notepads open at the same time, but I think Windows 8 doesn't let you. Which
Windows 8 doesn't like it very much now.
No.
Well, if it helps, my starting pack for a monk gives me 10 darts. I can throw darts at him.
Well, unfortunately, this tournament is hand-to-hand strictly.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So wait, do you have a speed?
Yes, I have a speed of... Where is it? I just saw it. This one doesn't tell me my speed.
It doesn't.
No, the character sheet doesn't tell me my speed. But humans have a natural speed of 30 feet.
Okay, so
So from where I moved,
yeah,
to
30 feet. 30 feet.
All right, I wanted
is,
to.
30 feet is definitely in range of him. This is not going to be.
This
Yeah, this.
this right here is 30 feet from where my starting position is.
Right. I know, but what I'm saying is this is not too specific.
Okay.
So
So he's in front. He's now in front of me.
yes.
Okay. Then I am going to perform an unarmed strike on him,
All right. Go ahead and roll.
which would it's 1d6 bludgeoning damage.
Great.
So, and then you do whatever you do for his thing, for his block. So 1d6.
Well, you have to roll. You have to roll an attack roll to see if
What's
you
the attack?
hit.
What's our attack roll then?
I really need.
Yeah, that's one thing I didn't explain in any of the sheets you gave me. Attack roll. Here, hold on. It's under create character. Attack modifiers. That's modifiers. Your strength modifier plus bonuses or penalties.
I cannot believe that it's not gonna let me open up a second fucking. Oh, here. This is what I'll do. Sorry about this.
Bill, he won't let me use darts. I can't dart him.
No, you cannot dart him. Alright, so open. Okay, so an attack roll is a d20 plus modifier.
D20 plus, so my modifier would be strength. Not strength, dexterity. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the modifier though? It's my dexterity is my base stat, so.
Right, that's your base
plus
stat.
4. 1d20 plus 4. Roll. 17.
Alright, and you're going to roll that against his AC, which I don't have now because the fucking thing. Open other thing.
Yeah,
now.
dart the hell out of Jimmy. Fuck Jimmy.
Oh my god, so cruel.
Steal his Gatorade, then go kill him.
So cruel.
Jimmy reminds me of the adoring fan from Oblivion. Fuck that guy.
Okay, I got it. Alright, yeah, that absolutely hits. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Yep. It's 1d6.
1d6.
No modifier. 5 damage.
5 damage, absolutely. So, you go ahead. What ability did you use?
Unarmed strike. So basically, I just punched the shit out of him.
Alright. So you go ahead and you swing and you clock this guy right across the cheek with just a really hard punch. And he's not really reeling from it, but you can tell that you've done some damage to wake him the fuck up, that's for sure. So, you clock him pretty hard. He's gonna go ahead and take his turn. He is gonna go ahead and actually, okay, let me go ahead and make him a single thing.
I went from a star to a square.
You could have moved your star.
No, I won't, because you drew it. It wouldn't let me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
So,
oh god. Oh, that was terrible.
So if I go like this, I can move my square around. But
wait,
I'll just have the square from now on.
Why is the star connected to everything?
Because it's touching it.
Oh, it is touching it.
Yeah, so I'll just be a square. You're
the square.
The other guy.
No, I can't click on your square either, for some reason.
I control the square because I drew it.
Got ya. Okay, so then we're gonna draw the barroom brawler, and he is going to be kind of a cylinder-looking thing. I don't know. Anyway.
Cylinder-looking thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I can't move him again. What the fuck?
You gotta highlight him.
I can't highlight him.
Use the cursor to drag and highlight him.
Oh no! See, it won't let me. It only lets me
okay,
highlight
you're drawing
the outside of it.
You're drawing it inside the square. Draw it outside the square.
Oh wait! Okay, I got it. So he was like right here in front of you. He's gonna move around right here.
Okay,
and,
so he's flanking me then.
Yeah.
Okay. Choke him out. That makes it sound really bad.
Alright, so he is going to go ahead and do his roll, which is D20. Right, okay, wait, where is it?
He's gonna roll a 1d20 to see if he actually hits me.
Alright,
10.
So he rolls a 10 against your.
I got
what,
16 AC.
Yeah, so that.
Yeah,
was,
he doesn't fucking touch me.
That was a pretty unfortunate roll for him. So he's gonna miss entirely. He just goes for like a total.
A ash arrow.
He goes for like a total slobber knocker punch. Just tries to like throw everything he's got, but it goes like right over your head, just like right over your head, and you just kind of glare at him like, "Oh, you got it coming to you now." So now
at this point in time, after he just whiffs it past my face, I'm gonna initiate with a flurry of blows, which lets me takes my entire turn to do 2 unarmed attacks.
All right, go ahead and roll that attack check.
All right. 1d20 plus 4. 18.
18.
But I'm going to spend an additional key, since I am a monk,
Mm-hmm.
to add an additional unarmed attack into that. So
All
it's
right.
3 unarmed attacks.
Now, are they all singular in the way that you only have to roll?
They all go off. They all go off one at a time. So I have to roll for each one.
Oh, okay, so that's your first one.
So that was my
hits.
the start.
That definitely hits. So go ahead, roll damage.
Okay, 3 damage.
So you got 3 damage for that. Let me go ahead and add that up. Go ahead and roll for the next hit.
Let me just read it to make sure that they are all additional. You can use your attack action to make 2 unarmed attacks. If you haven't used your whole move for the turn, you can move between the attacks. So I haven't moved yet. But I don't plan on it. You can spend 1 key point to make an additional unarmed attack as part of the same action. So I had to spend this point after seeing the result of the previous attack. So yeah, I'm going to... So at this point in time, that's my first one, so I'm going to roll to see if the next one connects to him.
By the way, your figure totally disappeared. I'm just going to draw you.
Yeah, because I accidentally deleted it.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and draw you again.
So that's 17. That should connect since I rolled a 17 before.
That hit. Go ahead,
so
roll
6 damage. And then, as part of the same action, I can roll again for another attack.
Go ahead and
so roll that's 5 additional damage.
Big damage,
and
big damage.
As part of the same attack, so this is my key strike now.
Mm-hmm.
5 damage. So in total, I just did 13 damage to him.
That's pretty beast. That was pretty sick. Alright,
yep.
So right as he's throwing this punch right over you, you notice that it's going too high. You kind of duck under, and you just go right for the ribs. You're just like, just kind of like Gatling gun his ribs to shit. And after that, you see him spit up blood instantly. Just right after those 3 blows, he's just spitting blood up, and his eyes just look very shocked as what has just occurred. So he's looking pretty hurt right now.
One more key point.
He's going to go ahead and take his move. See if I can make this work again. No, I can't make it work. I made it work the other time though. All right. Anyway,
Want to move him?
He's not going to move anyway. So right now he is going to go ahead and swing one more time.
Okay.
Just like he did last time. And that swing is going to be very familiar. Boom. Wait, what?
You rolled... Yeah, you got a 4.
Oh, God. Oh, and man... man, he just whiffs it. He's hurting so bad from that last attack. He spits up blood, and he just kind of swings out a limp arm at you. It just bounces right off your shoulder. It doesn't even phase you. He's just hurt so bad and bleeding. He doesn't even know what he's doing.
At this point in time, just show this guy, just to show him who he's messing with. I'm gonna perform another flurry of blows, just the 2 attacks this time.
Just 2 attacks
instead
this
of
time.
Just not gonna use an additional key.
All right.
Just the 2 attacks. So here we go.
Go for it.
4. Roll 10 for that one. Did I connect?
Actually, you do not.
Okay, so my first attack misses.
Your first attack
I'm gonna come in
misses.
He slunched over.
Yeah,
I
he's
wasn't calculating right, and
he's
I
kind of
whiffed it
tipsy
over the
right
top
now.
of his head.
Kind of tipsy right now, and he just makes an unscheduled, unpredictable movement, and you just kind of thrust a little too quick. So let's see the second hit.
Come back with my right hook here. 21.
Oh, absolutely. But after whiffing that first hit, you get a full glance of where he's headed, and you just kind of haymaker him right in the face. And go ahead, roll that damage.
4.
4 damage. He takes it right in the eye, and he straight up does a full spin. You just make him spin in place after hitting him on the right side. He just spins all the way around, and he looks like he could be blown over with a literal breath of air. He could
Alright, at this point in time, as part of Flurry of Blows, I'm going to spin my last key, because I can spin it after seeing the previous attack.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my last key to roll more damage for another punch.
Alright.
Bam, 3.
3 damage. You just take him, kind of lift your hand up right under his chin, and he can't do anything. He's completely defenseless. And you just uppercut the shit out of him right into the jaw, and he does what anything would after a blow like that. He just falls straight back, and his eyes completely glaze over. He's just gone. He's instantly gone. You've KO'd him. He is done. And the crowd goes apeshit after seeing you just pummel this guy completely. And the announcer, and that does it, everybody. Razzle has completely destroyed this newcomer. Never stood a chance. It's the winner, Razzle Armstrong. And you just kind of nod yourself on, looking at your surroundings.
As I walk out of the arena, just nice and mellow, barely loud enough for the crowd to hear, I just yell out, "Razzle's gonna dazzle ya!" and I just leave.
All right, and I think the announcer just kind of gives you an awkward eye, and he's like, "The next fight will be shortly, everyone. Take your time wisely." And the gate to your side opens, and you see some medics, some of the men that carried the other man out earlier, coming along, hut, 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 and they kind of pick him up from both sides and just carry him out through his side of the arena. And
I'm having fun with this.
And now you're you're going ahead and you're walking back through the hallway, the short hallway before, and the first person you see coming out, you look to your left as you come out of the short hallway outside of the entrance, and Jimmy's giving you he's got this star glaze over his eyes. He's like, "That was amazing, Mr. Razzle. You completely overwhelmed that guy. Man, I sure do hope that drink helped you, and I just feel
18,
like..."
18, I want to punch Jimmy in the face. Do I connect?
Are you serious?
Yes.
You're absolutely serious.
I am absolutely serious. I want to punch Jimmy in the face.
Okay. Alright, roll.
I'm gonna dazzle him.
D20 plus 4.
I already did. 18.
You, well, I mean, you connect.
I just wanna
roll for damage.
I just wanna punch him once in the face.
Alright, but you gotta roll for damage.
I am. 3.
Okay. Alright, that's fair. You kinda...
just wanna knock him flat on his ass and keep walking.
You kinda look at Jimmy for a second, and you see the star glazed on his eyes. He's talking, he's known you a while throughout all your fights, always been waiting there at the front of the entrance, giving you refreshments, hoping that he helps you a lot in your fights, and you just kinda look at him.
Don't guilt trip me, I'm punching this dude in the face.
And you just open your hand, and you just swing at him with this open hand, and you smack the absolute shit out of him. And his head, after taking this open hand slap, His head hits the side of the wall next to him, and he just goes flat. He's just gone. He can't even see straight. He's unconscious. He's temporarily completely dazed after you just slap the ever-loving piss out of this kid. And what do you do now?
I say thanks for the drink, and I go back to the wrestling waiting room.
All right. Immediately, the same people who just finished taking the brawler that you just completely pummeled. You see both of those people coming over to Jimmy. Hut 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 hut, and they. And
as I run past, they look at me, and I just kind of say, he missed my high five.
All right. Well, they come over. They come over reluctantly, believing that, and they pick up Jimmy by the feet and arms, and they just kind of mosey out to some other direction, not towards the locker room. Hut 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 hut, taking him out of the area, and you see a bunch of eyes glaring at you once again as you come back into the locker room. This time, not so much a glare, but this time kind of an acknowledgement. You see some heads shaking up and down, nodding, kind of less threatening and more, all right. So what do you do?
I look around and I say, you better put those eyes back where they belong before I slap the ever-living shit out of you. And I go sit in my seat.
All right. You see, not all, but a couple of the remaining fighters kind of glancing away, kind of taking heed to your advice, and a few of the others still staring, but not so hard, and kind of looking away after a
I did
bit
it
of
for you,
time.
Captain Bill. I did it for you.
And you begin, and you sit at your seat again, and the same girl that came to get you comes and grabs another fighter, and you see him go off. And this fighter in particular, you notice that he's a little bit more flary. He's got a costume, or rather an outfit that he's wearing, and he's even got a mask. And when she comes over to get him, instead of just casually getting up, he just jumps up instantly. And he starts screaming, "All right, man, let's get this on." And he gets up and he heads straight for the door, but right before leaving the door, he turns back and he says, "I'll see you guys later." And he turns back and goes through the door towards the entrance.
I kind of scoff a little bit.
You scoff a little bit, and then you're just kind of sitting casually looking around, and then a moment later you hear the same voice. "Oh man, what happened to Jimmy?" Off in the distance.
At that point I laugh.
And that's the end of the bit from that you hear from him, most likely being taken out into the crowd, into his fight. And now you're back to the locker room, and not really much going on. Honestly, a lot of the wrestlers are out walking around. You're mostly by yourself now. Nothing really happening.
Nope. Just the way I like it.
Just the way you like it. You've definitely got some time to kill, but it's up to you what you choose to do.
Let's go visit Jimmy in the infirmary.
You want to visit Jimmy?
Yes. Let's go visit Jimmy.
All right, you get out of your seat, and you kind of head back towards where Jimmy is usually at. You most definitely don't see him, but you see some of the cups are knocked over where they used to be, and some of the refreshments that are given out to all of the competitors as they go through the doors are they're just splayed everywhere. Some are knocked. There's only like one standing with the drink still in it.
I will take the one standing with the drink still in it.
All right.
I'll steal that sucker.
You steal? Are you
and
gonna?
I'm gonna drink it.
You're gonna drink it? All right.
Yep.
You chug that down, and you instantly actually feel very refreshed. Um,
Good, because I have that other one that I'm still holding on to too.
well, I'm afraid to say that during that fight you dropped it because you can't
No,
hold
there was no
you
way I could
can't
have dropped that.
you can't hold a drink in
Hold it in
two-handed
my
drop.
teeth. Hold it in my teeth.
No, I'm sorry, but as soon as you got in there, you dropped the drink on the floor.
Okay.
But
Okay. Well, I drink that one. That's fair.
all right, and but after drinking that,
Well,
you
I'll
feel
drink half of it.
drink half of it. I'm afraid you also
Yeah.
can't do that. It's not enough to either drink some or drink all. You have to drink all of it. So you chug it
Okay.
down, and it's surprisingly refreshing. And had you lost any health in that last fight, you would have regained 2 of your health.
Oh, nice.
Um, and you feel a bit perky, feeling a bit good now. So you're leaving that area and heading in the direction that you saw them take Jimmy. You walk outside of that area and you walk quite a ways, and you are in actually an area that you're not familiar with because you've never been to the infirmary. And as you're walking by this area, you see a door with a star on it. And you've never seen this door before. And next to the star, underneath it actually, it says, "The Overgiver."
Let's keep going to the infirmary. I'll fight him soon enough.
Alright. And you pass up this door and you go ahead and you keep walking, and you see a nice sign outstanding in the hallway, and it says infirmary on it, conveniently enough. And you walk in and you peek in the area, and you see the guy that you just fought, still unconscious, beaten, spitting up blood, but not. It's more dried now, kind of dried blood. He doesn't look too bad, but he's still out of it. He's completely not aware of his surroundings. And then you look over the bed over, and you see Jimmy, and he's kind of curled up into a ball, and he's laying on his side, almost tears in his eyes. And you kind of walk up to him. And what do you say?
Sup? I don't know.
All right.
I kind of just want to walk up to him and stand there.
All right. Well,
I just want to walk up and stand there and see how he reacts.
Okay, you walk up to him, and slightly feeling your very large presence next to him, kind of wipes his tears away from his eyes and slowly turns his head, and he sees you, and he kind of glares at you with this scared and confused look, like, whoa, hi, Mr. Razzle. What can I do for you?
Just came to see how you're doing.
Well, I mean, I'm a little out of it. I kind of hit the wall. I'm sorry that you felt the need to. I mean, if there was anything I did wrong, I'm so sorry. After knowing you for so long, I'm really sorry that I might have maybe upset you.
No, nothing. Just we've known each other a long time, Jimmy. Just checking to see if you can take a punch.
And he kind of at first looks really confused by that statement, but then kind of turns his head a little bit and maybe looks a little bit more cheerful, and just slightly, not too much. And he's like, oh, okay, Mr. Razzle, I get it. It's because you were really like pumped up after the fight, right? Yeah, sure, I get it. No, I mean, I'm not quite the fighter like you, but hey, I'm a real big fan, and sure, I could take a quick hit, sure. kind of wanting to impress you and keep you in a good mood at the same time, and hoping that hoping that you both are understanding each other and just kind of happy that you're not mad at him. So seems like you maybe won him over just a little bit.
I'm gonna head back towards the Overgiver's room. Then I guess now that I've settled that with Jimmy.
All right, you kind of still pretty shaken up, but he sees you turn to leave, and once again he's just like, okay, well, I'll see you later, Mr. Razzle. I'll set up the refreshments again for your next fight, I promise. And you just kind of walk out, not really giving him too much attention. And now you're headed towards the door that you saw earlier with the star on it. And now you're in front of it.
I'm gonna knock.
Alright. You knock and you see that the door is not just any typical wooden door. The door is actually very hard metal. And it's very well reinforced door. And garnished. The star is actually entirely made out of silver.
Ooh, holy shit.
You can tell that it's somebody put a lot of time on this door. And you knock on it, makes a heavy clunking sound. That's my fist, but you get the idea. And you don't hear a response.
I'm gonna try the handle.
All right, you try the handle, and much to your belief in the first place, you realize that it was locked, and that there is a keyhole, but you are sadly without a key.
Well, I'm gonna say fuck it and try and steal the silver star off the door.
All right, go ahead and
Bitches don't lock me out.
make a. Let's see. Go ahead and roll a d20 plus your dex amplifier.
Oops, wrong. I clicked the wrong button. Plus 4. Seven again.
All right. Well, you kind of clumsily put your fingers on the star and kind of feel around it, and you can see that it's been smelted into the door. It's not just hanging. It's really well in there, and you would probably have to get the equivalent of a pickaxe and probably work extremely hard to get that thing out of there.
Alright. Well, then I'm going to head back to the Wrestler's Lounge, extremely pissed off at the Overgiver.
Alright. You head that way towards the locker room, and on your way towards the locker room, you can hear the cheers from where you are, just at the entrance of where Jimmy's stand is, and as you hear the cheers getting louder and louder than you've ever heard, you can see the doors opening down that hallway that you just came back from not too long ago. And
wait, Overgiver's door?
No. The hallway towards where Jimmy's stand is, where you went into the main
with
part
the
of
arena.
The fighting
Okay.
arena. And you can see a figure because the gate opens and someone's coming back from a fight, and they're not being carried. They're walking back. And it's none other than the Overgiver. And he, a very well-built man, very tall as well. At least 6'6", 6'7", you would estimate. A very large man indeed. He's kind of struts back, doesn't even look phased from the fight that he literally just came back from, and he's wearing a cloak, a very long black cloak, and some leather armor. Nothing too extravagant, but the leather is dyed in black, all in black. And he's also wearing the belt, even while he fights. the championship belt. You could look at it and see that it's embedded with gems and doesn't have any writing on it. It's just a gemmed belt.
Fuck, I'm gonna win and sell that shit.
And you see him kind of strut out the door and directly past you without a second thought. Do you care to take any action?
Thinking, hold on. Do I want to be a dick or do I just want to keep going? No, I'll keep going to the lounge.
Alright. You go ahead and make your way, and as you turn to go back to the lounge after looking at him, you just hear a as he walks by and heads towards his personal locker room. And you walk back into the wrestlers area, and you see the men carrying the opponent that just got back from his fight with the Overbringer. Hut, 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 and they place him down on the waiting area before taking him to the infirmary, and he barely looks touched. He has a big bruise on his face, as if he was punched very, very, very hard, but everything else about him barely looks different. It almost looks like he's sleeping, you would think. And you kind of glance at that and then just go ahead and sit on your spot, on your stool.
You know me so well.
You kind of take a glance around the room, and what guys left are looking and kind of intimidated, looking at this guy who's completely gone. He's out of it. You can't wake him for anything. And it's kind of silent. Nobody's really talking. There's no chatter whatsoever. Kind of different from before. And the men come back fairly quick, and they take him to the infirmary on a little makeshift stretcher. And you, after watching him go down the hallway, you hear, "Once again, who could believe that anyone would stand a chance against the Overbringer?" And everyone...
You keep changing his name every 5 seconds.
The Overbringer? No.
It's Overgiver.
Overgiver? Oh, you're right. Overgiver.
Yeah.
Shut up, you. It's the first time, okay? Okay! The Overgiver.
Maybe I should bitch slap you.
Right. Whatever. I crit, and you miss. The Overgiver, and the crowd, once again, as loud as you've ever heard, and completely, you could tell they're on their feet. You can hear them stomping on the ground outside.
I just realized that Overgiver is Undertaker. Alright, anyway, keep going.
And you hear them going wild, and after seeing how smug he was, you kind of getting under your skin a little bit, thinking about him. But once again, you find yourself having a little bit of time to use. There's still one more fight to go until you have your next fight. There's really nothing else that you can do inside the room unless you want to talk to some wrestlers. It's entirely up to you. You've got some time to kill.
I think I'll just wait for my fight.
Alright. Well, the next person comes in, the girl, as always. She looks around. She says, "It's time. it's time once again. And she comes over you, kind of like pats you on the shoulder, and you just kind of look up to her, and you get up, and you make your way back over to the entrance. And to your surprise, almost, you see Jimmy once again set up with all his refreshments, and you see him, his face on one side just a little bit red, kinda puffy just a little bit, but it doesn't stop him. He's still ecstatic to see you, just as ever. And he says, "Mr. Razzle, I know you're gonna do it again. You're gonna do it. This is gonna be the year. This is gonna be your year. You're gonna be the champion." He says, "Feel free. I got the refreshments all here for you again. Take it. I know it's gonna help. I'm gonna help you. You're gonna do this together. Come on."
I'll take one of his refreshments, give him a nice pat on the swollen cheek, and go into the arena.
And as you head towards the arena, just as always, he waves at you, and he says, "Yeah, you're gonna do it! I can't believe it! This is gonna be the year! You're the best, Mr. Razzle!" And so you've taken one of the drinks. Are you gonna drink it?
I'm going to set it down on the edge of the in the area that I'm going to start. So I'm going to set it down right behind me at my starting position. So I'm going to set it down right about. So my drink is going to be right about here, on the ground.
Okay, so you want to take it out into the arena area.
Yes, and I want to set it down on the ground in the arena.
All right, fair enough. You take the drink with you, and you go in. The gates open, and you enter the arena. No one is there. You are once again first into the arena. And you, once again, right as you step in, hear the announcer, "It's none other than Razzle Armstrong. This is his second fight tonight. He might just make it to the third and last fight. He's gonna do it this year. I can feel it." And everybody, a little bit louder than the last time that you entered. People looking a little excited to see you again after your first performance. Really want to see if you're gonna pull through. So after hearing the cheers and kind of glancing around, the announcer looks towards the opposite direction, and you see the gates across the way opening, and you see a man step through. He's got long blonde hair and a little bulkier, but only in a defined way. Still fairly skinny. Pretty strong arms looking. Pretty average fighter, but very defined and very long blonde hair. And he says, "That's right, you all know him. You all love him. He's a fan favorite here at the arena. It's the one, the only."
I swear to God, if you say MC Funk, I'm going to be pissed.
"Jeff Harvey."
Okay, good.
And he raises his arms up, pointing towards the sky, kind of banging his head, looking crazy. His hair's flowing through the wind as he's just kind of going crazy, and the fans are up on their feet, and especially as you hear them cheering, you especially hear a more light cheer, a more almost woman-based cheer. Specifically, it seems like he's quite the favorite with the ladies. And you just hear many a woman screaming their lungs out, "Oh, Jeff, we love you! Oh, Jeff!" And
time to humiliate the shit out of him.
And within a moment's notice, the fight seems to be ready again. and you look up in the sky and you see a blimp, and the blimp is going slowly, and you read on the blimp it says roll initiative.
D20 plus 4?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, 9.
Ooh, that's gonna be rough. Okay, let's see. Let me look at the stats. Okay. Oh yeah. So, the first thing that you notice about this guy is he's pretty quick on his feet. Before you can even take any sort of action, he's already running right at you. So let's go ahead. And I don't know what symbol to give him. Let's just go with this. And
Best catchphrase ever, Captain Bill.
he's running, and he makes his way all the way towards you at the very front. And he looks like he's going to kick you. You just draw a nose on that. That is not Bart Simpson. That is not Bartman. That is not the Bartman. Alright. So he looks like he is trying to kick you. Ba, 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 ba. Alright.
Do you have a fan on in your background?
Yeah, I do. But it's pretty far away.
I can hear it.
It shouldn't be that loud. Alright. Oh, it's because I get quiet. I think it's when I get quiet that's when the stuff picks it up. So, but he only hits a 9 for his roll. Pretty low, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, he fucking doesn't even touch me.
So he kind of spends all his energy running right at you as fast as he can, and he swings with his leg and goes right before your face. Just kind of swings, and it just kind of grazes your nose. You can just kind of feel the wind right over your nose.
Alright. Well, I'm out of key, but in this moment that he's kicking past my face, I'm gonna reach out and grab that shitty hair of his, and I'm gonna perform a flurry of blows with my left hand right into his face.
Alright. Go ahead and roll.
Alright. 6. Fuck, the first one. Does it connect?
Alright. So you kinda reach out as he's spinning around while he's kicking, and you kinda reach for his hair, but the hair kinda just slips right through your fingers before you could get a firm grip to throw the punch.
Alright, I'm gonna reel back for a second punch. 20.
Oh,
Fucking
and you reel
that
back.
shit.
You reel back really hard, and you just aim right at the back of his head, right before the spin of his kick is done with. And
4.
All right, and you just knock him, pow, right upside the back of the head, right with your fist, and it kinda sends him for a couple of steps, but he quickly turns around, and he doesn't even look phased as he's trying to go right back at you. Alright, so boom. 13. Oof.
Doesn't even hit me.
Not even close. Not quite yet.
Not even close, baby.
Not even close, BB. Alright. So he once again tries the same kick with a different foot this time, and it's just not quite reaching you. You just kind of take a step back.
Reach out.
It's just not there.
For another flurry of blows and grab his foot.
All right. Go ahead and roll for it.
I did. I hit 20.
Oh, jeez. So you're so what, you're gonna attack his leg
I'm gonna
or
grab
his
his foot. I'm gonna grab his foot, and I'm going to, with my other arm, punch the fuck out of his leg.
Alright, so he swings that second one, he misses, and you grab the foot while it's mid-air, and you swing. Go ahead and roll for damage.
4.
All right, and you just punch him right in the gut, right
And
in
that's
the
just
gut.
no, it's for the leg. I was headed for the leg,
In the
man.
leg. All right, all right.
Yeah.
So you punch him like right in his inner thigh, right in the inner thigh, and he kind of grabs his own leg instantly and kind of kneels over in pain as you've taken this really unnecessary shot, and
For my
he's
for
paying.
my for my second blow.
All right.
Roll for that. Aiming for the head. Completely
Oh,
whiff it.
oh, that's a one too. Oh, that's
Yeah.
a one. Okay, so you you go for the second one, and you just kind of swing up, and as you're swinging up, you realize a little bit too late that he's not even there. He's just not even there anymore. You just kind of missed, and all anybody even saw was just you swinging towards the air, and he just has a kind of look, concerned and awkward look on his face as he sees you do that. And once again, actually this time, he is going to try something a little different.
Not even close.
Wait, I might have did that wrong. Give me a second.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, I think I did that wrong. Man, I really should have
Still
planned.
not even close.
It's not even remotely close. Alright, so he wanted to take advantage of the fact that you just swung wildly and missed completely. But you recover instantly, not even phased at your own blunder, and he tries to grapple you, but you just kind of push his hands away as he goes for a grab on you.
I'm going to once again flurry of blows. Is there a set? You can try supernatural speed using. You can use your attack action to make two. If you have not used. Okay, so if I continue just to stand in place, I can keep using flurry of blows.
All right.
So once again, I'm going to reach out for that hair in order to grab his head and bring it right into my fist. Ah, son of a bitch! The fucking greasy ass hair.
you you make contact with that hair, but every single time you grab it, it's just slipping right through your fingers. It's some sort of material. It doesn't even seem like natural human hair. It's just right through your fingers every single time.
All right.
You
Well
have
then,
another
as he's recovering from the fact that I tried to grab his fucking hair, we're going for another punch.
Oh, well this time you lean back and you give him a haymaker right to
I'm
the face.
angry.
You look
I'm
extremely
angry at this guy.
mad.
I'm angry at the fact I couldn't steal the fucking star. Right in the face. 3 damage.
Boom, and you just send him knocking back more than a couple steps this time. He seems almost dazed, but he's still extremely convicted on this, and he goes right back in instantly. Oh my god.
Nope.
And
He can't touch me.
and he goes for just a straight up drop kick, and he just misses. He doesn't even hit anything. You just
I'm
kind
gonna
of
grab that leg again.
You just-
Sweep the leg. Sweep the leg.
no. See, that's the problem though, is because he critical missed. So he's actually lying prone right now because he just tried to drop kick you and it just
Oh.
completely failed.
Well,
So
then I am going to pile drive my fist into his face on the ground.
All right, go ahead and
21.
all right, you do it. You absolutely do it. Go ahead, roll damage.
5.
All right, you're going to you're
And
actually,
I'm going to.
yeah.
Huh?
All right, so you punch him, and you're seeing some physical reaction to this now. He is just laying there, and his eyes starting to swell up, getting really puffy, and there's even a small cut right underneath his eye that you've now opened up on him, and he doesn't look too happy with that. At all.
I'm gonna reel my fist back again and go in for another punch. 22.
Oh man. So you're just kind of over top of him at this point, and you just give him a real good 1-2 kind of combo with each
6.
arms. And oh god, he is not looking too good right now. Things are looking grim for him. He has a very large cut under his eye. It is just opening up more and more the more you lay into him. And he is now going to react to that in a not so friendly manner.
Not even close.
This is the most embarrassing fight ever.
You can't mess with the Dazzle, yo.
You can't even. That was terrible.
Can't touch the Dazzle.
He just got some bonus. That was supposed to be a bonus. Okay, so he manages to get himself back up on his feet, but he completely lost track of his ability to hit you anymore. He's so damaged at this point that everything is just a flail to you. You're not even you can so easily sidestep him at this point. However, he is a very speedy fellow, and he is going to run over here to the opposite side of the arena and towards this fire.
I'm strong.
All right, make your move, sir.
Run to the fire.
And that is out of your range as far as you can run, but you can get to about like
30 is about here. Okay, this is about 30 for me.
All right.
Right.
Now you can get slightly closer than that, but
that's 30.
Right. You can get slightly closer than that, but you're not going to quite be able to make an attack on him. He's basically at this point, it almost looks like he's in full retreat mode. You're not quite sure what he's looking to do at this point.
I'm gonna hold ground. I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna wait.
You're not gonna move a single bit.
Not gonna move a step.
All right. Awesome. He actually, and awkwardly enough, to everyone's confusion, you can see in the arena that everybody's really confused at what he's doing. He stays by the fire, but he actually puts his hand into the fire. And when he pulls
no reaction from me.
No reaction still?
No reaction.
Alright. You can see now that the gloves, fighting gloves that he was wearing, are fully covering his fingers and his hands entirely. Typically, most fighting gloves, you got the fingertips out, and it's mostly padded over the knuckles and such. His are completely covering his hands. And as he's put his hand in this fire, his right hand is completely engulfed in flame right now. The fire is not even slowing down a step. It is literally flaming. And he is now looking back at you with a very, very angry look. And like,
I'm going to...
it's his turn. You said you're not going to move.
Okay.
So he is actually, because he's quite the speedy and agile fellow, he's coming right back at you. And he is going to swing with that fiery glove. And he connects.
Ooh.
He connects with that
16.
fiery glove. So
Gotcha.
He is going to now roll for damage. It's the fire is just, it takes up so much room he can barely miss with it, because even if he doesn't fully connect, it's still gonna graze you. It's still gonna hit. He is going to roll.
Three damage.
But it still manages to graze you for 3 damage, right in your
Seven,
face.
7 HP left.
And you can just feel the cinders still there on your face. And you're realizing that this is going to be a real fight for you.
All right, my turn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to bend down and pick up my drink.
Okay.
And I am going to reach out and grab his arm and dump the drink on his glove.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I love it. All right. But you're going to have to roll
I have to roll.
an attack. It's got to be an attack roll.
15.
15. You're not going to like this, but you throw the drink at him, but it doesn't hit his hand. You hit him right in the face. But it's just kind of on the cheek. Doesn't nowhere near his mouth or anything crazy like that. But you just kind of get it right in his face, and he just looks back at you like, "Oh, what the fuck do you think you're doing?"
But I do connect with him, right?
It hits him in the face with the drink.
Okay, so my attack roll goes. Good.
No, your attack roll doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Go. That's
okay.
That's
so my
separate.
attack roll doesn't hit him.
No,
okay.
you haven't rolled an attack roll. I'm gonna let you do this because it's creative. I'm gonna let you do this as a free action. But
well, I was incorporating that into my attack roll.
oh no, they're separate. They're entirely separate.
All right, different action.
Yep.
All right. So at this point in time, I am upset.
Mm-hmm.
I am mad that I missed. So I'm going to flurry of blows him in the face.
Okie doke. Go ahead and roll that for me.
Fuck. First one misses.
First one, you throw your fist right at the spot in his face where the drink was, and it kind of just slides right off before really making a good contact.
All right, next fist coming around the other side. 16.
16. That absolutely hits him, and you just kind of, where are you throwing this punch?
I'm aiming right for the chest.
Right for the chest. Okay. You take him. You take him dead center right into the chest, and 5 damage, and he takes one big step back, kind of actually a jump. It almost looks like, and at this point, you can see that he's got no give left. He's exhausted. He's literally exhausted, but his hand is still on fire, and he's still got the will to fight, but he's not got much left in him. He is, however, still coming at you. And he rolls a 14.
Not even close.
All right, so that, like I said, that punch, with that jump back, he's just completely rocked. He's got not a lot left in him, and he kind of swings, but he doesn't even realize he's not close enough to hit you. And the fire, you can still feel the heat from it, but it's not even close to you. So go ahead and take your action.
As he's leaning forward, I'm going to go in for just a single unarmed strike right to the jaw uppercut here. 13. Fuck.
13. No, not so much. So,
fuck.
Because he is stepped back quite a bit, you two are trying to swing at him while he's trying to swing at you, and both of you just kind of miss each other equally at the same exact time, and you both kind of look at each other right at that moment, and you're like, this time I'm not gonna miss. And he swings again, and he hits a 19. This time he realizes that this is a last-ditch effort. He has to win this fight with everything he's got, and he's gonna throw a punch, and it's gonna be the one. It's gonna be the one that takes this guy down. And he does 6 damage.
I got 1 HP left.
And he realizes he's so happy with this. He just clocks you right in the face, right where he wanted it from the beginning. He wanted this punch more than anything, and he does it, and he gets it, and your face is there's just black. It's blackened by all the flames and the burning that's going on right now. And he just kind of puts his arms at his side, and he realizes that's all he had. That's all he had, but he still has to somehow make this work. And you realize that you too are on your last arms, and you got to make this work.
Alright, I'm gonna head in for a flurry of blows. Time to dazzle this motherfucker.
Alright.
Alright, first one. Oh, fuck. Bullshit.
8. Go ahead, roll the next one.
10.
10.
Fucking bullshit.
Oh. Alright.
Alright, after seeing the previous rolls, though, I got a key.
You got a key?
Got a key. Gonna go key him.
Alright.
Use my key points. Alright. Alright. That's basically after seeing the other one, it's a free hit.
Yeah.
So let's do this shit. I'm gonna key him. Get keyed, bitch.
Oh no. A natural 1. Oh no.
No, 6.
You did it wrong. Yeah, you 1d6'd. You have to roll the attack.
No, that's a key. It's a key attack.
What do you mean a key attack?
It counts as the same. Oh, it's you can spend 1 key point to make an additional unarmed attack as part of the same action. You can decide to spend this point after seeing the results of the previous attack.
Right, but you have to still roll the hit.
Oh, alright. Alright. Fuck. Whatever.
Alright. So
I didn't have to roll the hit for the other ones.
you have to roll the hit for all of them. I made you roll 1d20 for every hit. Because they're all
No, not for the
attacks.
key attacks.
Yeah, I did.
Not for the key. No, go scroll up.
I'll scroll up. I'm
For the key attacks.
every key attack
like-
was 120.
No. There's a 20. There's a 10, a 21. Then I hit him, and then I hit him again.
I'm seeing like a 20 after or before every single attack.
Go to. Let me scroll up. Yeah, go to the first time. Or actually, the third time I changed my name to Razzle Armstrong. No, not that one. Sorry.
All right. Well, regardless, you gotta roll the attack before you can do it, because you said that everyone is separate attack.
Well, no, this is a key strike. Flurry of blows make flurry of supernatural speed using your fist kicks and headbutts. You can use your attack action to make 2 unarmed attacks. If you haven't used your whole move for the turn, you can move between the attacks. You can spend 1 key point to make an additional unarmed attack as part of the same action. You can decide to spend this point after seeing the results of the previous attack.
Right, but every attack is separate. You can have another attack, but you have to roll, and even if you didn't, it would be a miss because it's a part of the other attacks and their misses.
All right, we'll keep going. This is the end of Razzle.
Nah.
The end of an era.
I think you're actually going to be happy with what's happening now. So, as you see him kind of reeling, and you're both kind of reeling at the same time, you notice something. And what you're noticing is that the glove all this time that has had the fire on it is kind of spreading. And not only is it spreading, you can see that the glove is kind of falling apart in pieces right at this time. And as you're noticing that, you're looking in his eyes and they're slowly glazing over, but then right at that moment you just hear a scream come from him, and you realize that that glove is just not there anymore, and that his arm is now on fire. And because of that, he takes 3 points of damage, and lucky you, that
did I get
3
enough
points of
damage in?
that 3 points of damage
Oh.
it's all he had left. He was completely exhausted. That last attack that hit you so hard, it was literally all he had left, and he is completely gone. His arm is slowly spreading up his arm. It seems apparent now that his glove was made out of some sort of accelerant, that the fire is now spreading because the accelerant was all over him, and he's just waving his arm wildly, but he has no strength left, so he just collapses, and the fire is just spreading. You see that he's gone on the floor, that he's waving his other arm wildly, and that they've already raised the gate behind you, and they've already raised the other gate. The men are coming in, running as fast as they can. Can't even say hut 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 because they're throwing blankets on his arm, and the fire is going out slowly, but they get it out just in time, and you see them carry him out in the opposite direction, and the announcer looks to you and says, "That was an amazing fight. It was back and forth the whole time. I can't believe it. It was so close. What a crazy and powerful fight. This was amazing. A fight for the ages. The winner, Razzle Armstrong." And you're dazed, but you're still with it, and you can look up, and you just see everybody on their feet for you. It's louder than it's ever been for you, and they are going crazy after that amazing fight.
And I turn around to leave, slumping out of there. And once again, all I say is, "Razzle gonna dazzle ya," and I just keep going.
And this time, the announcer looks to you, and he says, "You damn right, the Razzle's gonna dazzle you. He dazzled all of us." And everybody's just, you slowly hear something in the back as you're walking out. You just hear, "Razzle, Razzle, Razzle," and they're cheering for you, going wild. And as you're kind of slumped and slowly making your way out, you can barely stay on your feet. You're literally one hit point, and it's all you've got to stay conscious. So you're just kind of teetering. Making it through this small hallway is like an incredible accomplishment for you at this point. And as you make it past the small hallway, once again, the first person you see to your left, it's Jimmy. But this time, instead of an exciting and happy kind of attitude, he's looking at you with an extreme concern. And for a moment, he doesn't even say anything. His mouth is just kind of open, and he instantly runs to you and puts your arm over his shoulder, and he's like, "Oh God, that was such a crazy fight. Are you gonna be okay? I mean, you still won, but man, I don't even know if that was legal. His arm was on fire. That was ridiculous."
I just tell him, "Take me back to the lounge." And we head back to the lounge.
And as you're kind of stumbling over your words as you say to take you back to the lounge, he says, "No way, there's no way I'd let you go back to the lounge. We're going straight to the infirmary. We gotta bandage
I say,
you up."
"Bitch, please, take me back to the lounge."
You attempt to say, "Bitch, please, take me back to the lounge," but you literally are just mumbling at this point. There's no coherency whatsoever. You're just, and he's just like, "I got you. Don't worry. I won't let them keep you down. You're gonna win this thing no matter what. I got it in with the infirmary guy while I was there. He's gonna help you. I know it." So little to your happiness about it. He's guiding you and taking you where he wants at this point, and
fucking Jimmy.
He takes you to the infirmary, and he lays you down on one of the cots. And he kind of walks over to the local arena guardian that's there, and he's just like, "Hey man, you gotta help this guy out. He's gonna be the biggest thing ever. You gotta help him out. He's gonna have to fight in just a matter of maybe like an hour, maybe less than an hour. He's gonna have to fight the champion. You don't know, man. He's gotta do this." And the guardian comes over. He's like, "Well, he looks pretty banged up, but I think we could do something about this." And you're not really sure what extent the medical knowledge of this guy is. You just know that he's the basic infirmary doctor, what you would call, and as you lay down and as you your eyes are slowly going in and out of being open. You kind of, for a moment, lose consciousness. And right at that moment, they're both taking care of you, and the doctor slips a potion into your mouth as you kind of take it just no matter what. He doesn't really. You don't have a choice at this point. You're not really fully conscious, and in a matter of about, I would say, 20 minutes has passed since you closed your eyes and you open them again, and once again the first thing that you see is Jimmy right there by your side the whole time. He's holding your hand and he's just like, "You're gonna be okay. I know you're gonna be okay." And your eyes kind of open up. You feel a little bit more in the now. You feel a little bit more in control of your body. And
How much did I get healed for?
for the time being, you're going to be healed for half of your max health.
So that'd be 5, so that brings me up to 6.
Yes, correct.
Okay, excellent. Well, at this point in time, Jimmy's a little bitch. I don't care what he's doing right now. I'm going to use my monk ability
Okay.
to meditate for a short rest. So it's going to give me a short rest, which allows me to roll a hit dice, which is I get 1 hit dice per level,
Correct.
and it's a 1d8.
All right.
And whatever I roll is how many hit points I restore.
All
Plus,
right.
it restores meditating restores my key.
All right. Awesome. Perfect.
So they'll give me my key back.
Awesome. So go ahead
I'm
and
gonna
roll
roll 1d8.
that. Fingers crossed.
So it's gonna give me 8 health back.
You are so.
I am maxed out at health now.
You kind of wake up. You see Jimmy by you, and you kind of look at him with a disgusted look that he's holding your hand, and you kind of feel, and you just kind of shake his hand off of you, and you instantly kind of get yourself up in the middle of the cot, kind of put your hands together in a special stance, and you kind of bow your head, and you meditate on yourself, and you instantly, well, not instantly, over a small period of time, let's say maybe another 5 minutes, you open your eyes again, and you're fully aware. You're completely rejuvenated. You feel extremely well in control of the situation. You're 100%. You feel like 100%.
Now you know why I wanted to go back to the lounge. I can do this shit myself.
And you get up on your own will, your own testament, without any help. And Jimmy just looks at you in awe. He's like, "Oh my God, you were on death's door, and you just got up like it was nothing. That's incredible. I can't even believe it. I should have never doubted you. You're amazing."
Nice.
And
Have I been getting experience for killing this shit?
We will take that as things go by. But for the time being, we're going to say that no, you're not getting experience.
Okay.
Right now. So, you're on your feet. You're 100%. You've even got all of your Kai back. What are you gonna do? Jimmy's still there, staring at you, amazed, incredibly happy, pumped up, seeing that you're all better and that nothing's wrong and that you're gonna be ready for the next fight and you're gonna be 100%.
I'm gonna head back to the lounge.
All right. So you're walking.
Actually, no. I'm gonna stop at the Overgiver's door and attempt to take that star again.
The star that's
I'm not letting that go.
The star that is smelted onto the door.
I am.
All right. Hey, little via to me to say no. So you back over the door.
Roll a 1d20 for this shit.
Except that when you get there, the door is not quite as placed in the normal way that it would be. You see that it is open to a certain degree, and that the Overgiver is in there and talking.
I will put my back against the wall and listen for a brief second here.
All right. As you can see through just a small slit through the door, you can see that the Overgiver is talking to someone. but you can't see who. No matter you would have to open the door to see, and but you can hear brief bits of the conversation, not fully hear from your position against the back wall, and what you're hearing as you stand there, you hear just words, not full sentences, and the words that you hear are, "This last fight," and then some mumbling, some, "We're gonna win like we always do. Just make sure you do your part." And then you hear a different voice. It's not familiar to you at all. You can't place this voice whatsoever, but you just hear, I always take care of business. And that's all you hear. And then, as the conversation kind of comes to a close, you don't hear anything anymore. The door just suddenly and very violently slams closed.
Well, now's my time to try and take the star.
You want to take the star?
Yeah, give me that fucking star.
Alright, go ahead. Roll for it. It's
Just a d20, right?
D20 plus your dex modifier.
Alright, so that's 4. Ah, son of a fucking star. I'm more pissed now. Head back to the lounge now.
Alright. So you go up to the door, and you kind of once again roll your fingers over the star. You can tell that it's absolutely pure silver, and that all of it is very, very artistically made, and you would imagine that it's worth much more than hell, even the door itself.
Getting that fucking star.
So you cease in any ability to firmly grasp it in any way. So you just kind of let it go and walk away. So where are you headed now?
Back to the lounge.
All right. So you're walking again once again past this familiar area where Jimmy's stand is, and there's no more cups left. It seems that some fighters walked by, took what's left, and the Jimmy will once again have to replenish what was there. And as you walk by the...
I've got an idea, Bill. I've got an idea.
As you walk by the short hallway, once again, you hear the crowd fairly pumped up, fairly excited. In the hallway, you see another person coming. The door, or the gate has opened, and somebody's coming down. And the person that's actually coming down is the girl that comes to get you. And she says, "They've just announced that the last fight is you and the Overgiver. All the other fights are finished."
Makes sense. I'm a badass.
He says, and she looks at you, and she says, "I wish you luck. You're going to need it." And she kind of just...
Maybe I don't need luck. I need the star in the fucking door.
Alright, and she kind of just walks away. And you head to the lounge, the wrestler lounge, the fighter lounge. And when you get there, you look around, and you literally only see beaten men. There's nothing there anymore except for men who are just completely and utterly bruised and beaten, some still unconscious. And yeah, you take your seat on a stool and you just kind of look around. There's plenty of people to talk to, but there's also plenty of time to kill before the final match.
I broke my pen. Sorry. Yeah, I wanna meditate and wait for the final match.
All right. As you sit there, the rest of the locker room...
God damn it, pen.
the rest of the locker room really just kind of pays attention to itself. Everybody's just so down and so focused on their own mishaps, what they did wrong, what they could have done better. And there's one person that makes their way back over to you and starts talking.
Swear to God, if it's fucking MC Funk, I'm punching him.
And as you look up to see who this person in front of you is, you recognize the garb that they're wearing, and before you can even see their face, you look at the front of their chest, and on their armor is embedded MC Funk.
Fucking bitch.
And he looks down to you and he says, "So you really made it."
I look at him and I say, "What do you think?"
And he says, he kind of looks around before he speaks, and he says, "I think that nobody else in here is undefeated except for you."
I tell him, I look him square in the face and I say, "You best be going before you get a nice wallop in the face."
And as cocky as he was the first time he approached you, kind of takes a step back as you say that, and he says, "Well, I heard what you did to Jimmy, and I know that you guys were close, so I don't really want to be on your bad side. I was just gonna say that you're up against a guy who a lot of us don't even think is human, don't even think is mortal, and I think that you've got quite the task ahead of you."
And I look at him and I say, "Nobody escapes the dazzle."
And as you say that, he just kind of looks away and looks back and says, I can't really say anything against that. I think you've got every right to say that." And he just kind of walks away and just says, "You proved yourself."
I don't need his blessing.
And so
Now you know why some people hate playing D&D with me. Chaotic neutral.
So as you're just kind of sitting there, is there anything in particular? You've got a good, I'd say 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes at most before the final fight. Before it's
I'm gonna
it's going
go
down.
back to meditating and composing myself.
All right. So you're just gonna kind of compose yourself, take some time, sit in the locker room. Well, while you're sitting there and kind of just taking a breather, feeling out the situation, really kind of pumping yourself up mentally, you just start hearing some loud noises that are pretty far away at the time, but you notice that they're slowly getting louder, and you also notice that they're headed your way, and the noises become a little bit more defined and a little bit more obvious that they are cheers, but they're not the kind of cheers that are from outside in the Colosseum stands. No, you're hearing people very close, and what you realize is that there's some fans, and they're headed your way.
Well, I fucking hate fans. So I look at the other wrestlers in the room, and I just say, whoever doesn't want to get punched in the face, will keep them away from me.
Alright, and the rest of the wrestlers kind of look off, kind of snapped out of their own dazes, their own personal dazes, and what wrestlers can actually still stand do so reluctantly, but looking at you, they realize they're no one to say no to you. So they get up on their feet and they head towards the outside entrance, and they kind of just stand there. And at a moment's notice, as they get to their feet, the door is being pounded on, but not just by a single pair of hands. You're hearing multiple poundings on the door, and then you hear, Razzle! Razzle, we know you're in there, Razzle! Oh God, we want to see you, please, please, we want to see you.
I just sit there and let the other wrestlers do their job that they're obviously not getting paid for.
Well, the door instantly busts open just from sheer pressure of so many people pushing on it. But the people you've assigned to kind of bodyguard you manage to hold back most of them, and the majority of them are younger fans, but also quite a few, I would say in their 20s, maybe 30s, and they are pushing pretty hard against these guys. There's only about, say, 3, maybe 4 guys between you and all of those fans. One of the guys looks back at you and he says, "This is pretty intense. I sure never had this many fans come to meet me before."
Well, I at this point in time I stand up
Mm-hmm.
and I head towards the fans. The wrestlers are obviously in front of them still, keeping them back. And I kind of like this. All right.
All right.
And I look at them all and I go, and I look at them and they're all cheering. And I yell at the top of my lungs and go, "Razzle's gonna dazzle ya!"
And
But
instantly,
you better all get the fuck out.
well, before you can even manage the last part of that sentence, everybody screams at the top of their lungs and they're like, "Yeah, Razzle will dazzle us! Yeah!" It's deafening how loud it is instantly as soon as you said Razzle will dazzle you. They are all reacting to you in such a positive way. The second they even saw you through the other wrestlers, they were all cheering, and they're on their feet. They're pumped up even more now that they've seen and heard from you. And they're pushing these guys, and these guys, they're taking steps backwards.
Sorry, I'm reading chat. Anyway, okay. Is there any windows around me or anything like that?
Nope. The entire area is closed in. It is kind of a how you would imagine a locker room being. Just one door,
Okay.
one door on each side.
Well, then I am going to. I need to disperse this crowd somehow.
Well, you've got the door to where the fans are, to the outer area, toward the entrance of the actual arena, and then you've got the door that leads down to the hall where Jimmy's stand is, where most fans aren't allowed. It's kind of a backstagey kind of area.
I'm gonna head down to where Jimmy's stand is.
All right, so you're heading down there, and the fans are going crazy. The fans are just like, oh God, he's right there. I can't believe I got to see him. Oh God. And they're pushing these guys more and more. And as you get up and start leaving, they're going, oh, please come back, Razzle. Please, please, please. And they're all heartbroken that they can't see you anymore, but kind of an understanding of the situation on the people who are in the front pushing the hardest. They kind of understand that you're leaving, that you came up and said something to them, so they're pushing a little less now that you're walking out of the room, and things kind of calm down as soon as you're out of the locker room entirely. So you walk to where Jimmy's stand is, and you see Jimmy's stand at this point is set up again. All the drinks are set up and looking as they would regularly. However, you can't see Jimmy anywhere.
I'm gonna take a look behind Jimmy's stand, see what he's got hanging out around there.
All right, so you go behind Jimmy's stand, and all you see is the ground, the wall. There's nothing there. Would you like to give me a perception check?
Yeah, what do I roll for that?
I would love to know that off the top of my head.
I don't have any of that on mine.
Hold on, just give me a sure that perception is d20 plus wisdom modifier? I want to say wisdom modifier.
No, that's D20 plus 1 then for me. Alright. 15.
Okay. Alright. So, what you see is, after kind of investigating the area a little bit more thoroughly, is that there's an odd-shaped color to the wall that is not similar to how the wall usually looks, and it's kind of a little bit of a darkish red tint.
I'm going to I'm gonna fucking punch the wall.
You're gonna punch the wall?
I'm gonna punch the wall. I'm gonna use an unarmed strike on the wall.
Okay, you punch the wall. Not even gonna have to roll for it. You successfully punch the shit out of the wall. And as you punch the wall, I'm assuming in the area that the
yeah, where the red tint is.
Where the red tent is.
Yeah.
Nothing happens. However, you get a small cut on your hand, and you kind of wipe the cut off on the wall similarly to where the discoloration is, and you notice the color is an awful lot like each other.
Where the fuck is Jimmy? I'm the only one who's allowed to punch Jimmy! I need to go look for Jimmy. I'm gonna go to the infirmary.
Alright, awesome. So you're going to the infirmary, and you go in there, and there are a lot of empty beds. Most of the people who were put there to heal up have already, to an extent, healed up, and though they may be bruised and battered, they are conscious and allowed to leave. There is, however, 2 people who are still there, and they seem very much so non-respondent. And you also see the man who gave you the potion earlier to heal up, and other than that, there is no one in there. And the man turns to you and he says, "Oh, you're Jimmy's friend, right?"
Yes.
And he says, "Oh, okay. I thought you were with him. I wasn't really sure. He told me that he was going to see someone that had called for him. I assumed it was you."
I fucking to the overgiver's room. Go on over there. Fucking go over there.
Alright, so you head over to the overgiver's room, and you see the door as usual, silver star shining, and his name underneath. The door is firmly shut, and nothing out of the ordinary about the door looks different.
Fuck it. As long as I'm here, I'm fucking trying for the star again.
Okay, you're gonna try for
5.
the star.
Fuck.
You got a 5. You natural 1 the shit out of that. And actually, because you natural 1 failed, I'm gonna say that you're putting some pressure on it, man. You got your hands all over it. You're trying to find any kind of advantage, edge, anything sticking out that you can just rip this thing out. And as you do that, you accidentally kind of put a little bit too much pressure on the door, and just kind of makes this thud sound as you push against it with a little bit too much pressure. And right as you do that, you hear, "Who the fuck is that?" from inside the door.
Bitch, where's Jimmy?
And as you say this, you hear no response. However, you do hear a rattling, and as you look down, you see the door slowly, the knob turning, and before you is the overgiver as he opens the door. "I don't know any Jimmy, guy."
Not your guy, friend.
"I'm not your friend, buddy."
Not your buddy, dude.
Not your dude, pal.
Well, fuck you then, pal. I'm out of here.
Yeah. And then he slams the door. Slams the door shut.
Alright, well, fucking... I'm gonna go back to, where I saw the red mark on the wall and look around some more.
Okay. So you go back. I would say about, during those two exchanges, that about 10 minutes has passed. As you go back, you notice that all of the drinks still there look basically untouched, since there's no one else to take them. However, a new and similar to Jimmy looking aged fellow is there, and he looks at you as soon as he sees you in range, and he says, "Oh, oh wow, I can't believe it's you."
Where's Jimmy?
Oh, Jimmy? Oh, well, he said he had to go meet somebody, and that was the last I saw of him, and the officials told me I had to come and do his job until he gets back. My name's Wilbur.
Which way to go? Fuck you, Wilbur. Which way to go?
I really don't know. He said that it was outside the Coliseum, and so he couldn't really tell me where it was.
God damn it. Fucking Jimmy. Alright, well I'm gonna just lean up against the wall next to the stand and just wait.
Alright. As you do that, Wilbur looks at you and he's like, "So you're the guy that's gonna go against the champ, right?
Yeah.
Wow, you must be really strong. I can't believe it."
Well, they don't call me the Dazzler for nothing.
Wow, that's really impressive. I'm not really new to the arena per se, but I've never really done a job like this before, and I certainly haven't met any wrestlers. And nobody really knows me. I'm just a nobody.
Well, that's good. Stay that way, kid.
And as all this is happening, he's kind of looking at you, looking around. He's kind of confused looking, as if he doesn't really know why you're still there. And he kind of looks up back at you, and he's like, are you waiting for somebody?"
Just waiting for my fight.
"Okay, well, when you're ready for the fight, be sure to take one of these refreshments. That's what I'm supposed to give you, I think. I think you're supposed to take either one of them or all of them. You should definitely take one, though."
Alright, we'll do.
And he's kind of backing a little bit closer to the wall, kind of intimidated and looking around, and he's saying, "Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. Everybody's supposed to take a drink, so I hope you take it, and I hope you do well."
So why do you want me to take a drink so bad?
"Well, it's my job. I'm supposed to give every wrestler a drink, right? And yeah,
Alright.
just think it's really important. That's all."
Alright. You got your job, I got mine.
"Okay, awesome." And
Now I'm just gonna stand here in silence and wait for my fight.
okay. And as you stand there, you can hear the announcer talking about updates as far as when the fight will be happening. It's like, "Oh, the fight will happen in 10 minutes. The fight will happen in 7 minutes." Practically every new minute, he's announcing when the fight's going to start. And you can tell that the clock is counting down and that it's almost time for the biggest fight of your life. And Jimmy just isn't really showing up anywhere.
I'm gonna just wait for my fight still.
Alright. And right as you hear the announcer say 5 minutes, you you notice a one of the beaten wrestlers comes out, and he makes his way, and it's none other than MC Funk.
Ah, fuck that guy.
And he comes over to you, and he's saying, "It's 5 minutes. It's the big time."
Yeah, sounds about like what it is. Yep. Kind of
And
don't want to talk to him. Kind of
right,
looking up at the ceiling.
and I think he kind of grasps that and just kind of looks around after you said that, feeling the awkwardness, and
As he's looking to leave, I say, "Hey, why don't you grab a drink?"
he says, "Oh, well, I mean, I don't have any fights, but man, I'm feeling kind of bruised and battered still. I got into a really hectic fight, man. I tell you, it was real close. I almost got him." And says, "Now that you say that, I think I kind of will. I think I will." And he takes the drink and he chugs it down without even giving it a second thought, and kind of still looking at you while he does it. And then he puts it back down. And as he puts the drink back down, he looks Wilbur right in the eye and he says, "Haven't I seen you before?" And Wilbur says, "No, no, I've never worked this place before, so this is new for me. I'm just here until Jimmy gets back." And MC Funk kind of gives him a head turn and an odd eye, and he says, "If you say so." And he says, "You just got one of those faces, I guess. One of those faces where you just feel like you know the person from somewhere." The kid gives him an equal awkward eye. He says, "You don't know me from anywhere." And as he says that, I would like a perception check.
8.
As he says that, you kind of look around, and you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary. You just feel like the situation's kind of tense, and that things are a little awkward between everyone in the little circle.
He ain't awkward with me. I'm just chilling.
Um, MC Funk feeling the aggression suddenly from this new kid says, "All right, kid, whatever," and he makes his way back to the locker room. What do you do?
Stand and wait for the fight.
All right. Um, it was 5 minutes left when MC Funk went back to the locker room. It is now 2 minutes. You hear the announcer announce, "2 minutes until the biggest, best, and most epic battle that you people have ever seen." And the crowd is going apeshit, stomping on the ground. You can hear chants, battling each other back and forth. "Razzle, Razzle, Razzle. Overgiver, Overgiver." Going back and forth, back and forth. People are so ready for this. And you're just sitting here with Wilbur kind of looking around. Wilbur still looking very anxious and nervous that you're kind of just standing next to him this whole time. And once again, being down to the last moment, you see the familiar girl come over to you, kind of looking up to you and just saying, "The time is here. The time is now."
Alright. As we are headed to the arena, I'm going to take one of the drinks from Wilbur
All right.
and just carry it with me.
All right. As you grab for one of the drinks, Wilbur looks up to you and he says, "That's a good choice. you're gonna be really happy you did that. And
I've got this shit figured out.
and as you walk down the hallway, and the gate closes behind you, from the distance you just hear a and you are now down the hallway and in the big arena. It's the big time, and it's the time.
Alright. Once again, standing in the arena, I'm going to set my drink on the ground next to me.
Alright. And as you come in, you you look around, and people are not only on their feet, screaming and banging and cheering, but they're over the railings of the Coliseum limits. They're just going completely crazy. They want to come at you and just they're completely out of their minds, so hyped for this fight and so excited to see you. And the announcer says, "It's been a long, long night, but there have been some epic battles, but no battle could possibly be as big as the one as you people are about to witness. It's none other than Razzle Armstrong. He's gonna dazzle you!" And everybody is screaming and cheering. People are throwing confetti at you non-stop. It is completely as insane as you've ever seen an event get in your entire life. You can just feel the intensity and the anxiety and the adrenaline pumping, and not only you but everybody in the entire arena. And now, as things slowly die down, the announcer looks over to the other gate. And as the gate slowly opens, you see mist coming from under where the gate opens from. And you see the fire from the four corners of the arena burst upward in huge flames. You can't even possibly understand how that the fires could burn that high, but it doesn't even look like they're letting up. The fires are just pillars at this point in the corners of the arena. And the announcer looks on, not even fazed by what's happening, and he says, "You all know him. He needs no introduction, but it would be highly disrespectful not to let you know that this is the Overgiver." And all you see is the cloak completely wrapped around him, and a giant metal mask made entirely out of silver. You can't tell at this distance.
Silver mask, you
but
say?
you would assume that just like the star that you investigated earlier, that this mask is made literally entirely out of silver. And as he steps into his actual fighting place, his opening area,
This is a circle.
it's not a circle. It's supposed to be like closer to a diamond, but I kind of fucked it up. He lays out the
There's a
cloak.
diamond.
He lays out the cloak to the sides, and all you see is his dark leather armor and dark leather shieldings protecting his legs, and his hands, you can see, have leather gloves that are also looks like painted black. However, even from this distance, you can see that his gloves are shimmering. And You can't really tell why, but they are shimmering. Light is reflecting off of his gloves. And at this point in time, you can only think to yourself that this is the moment and that you should probably roll initiative.
Initiative was 1d20 plus my dex.
Mm-hmm.
16.
Not bad. Alright. Let's see. Okay, so gotta go back from my thing to see his stats. Alright, D20 plus his dex, which is... Wow, that was a really bad roll.
It's like, I'm going first, bitch.
That's a bad roll. You, you see him taking his cloaks to the side, and he's got his shimmering gloves, and before the fight begins, he has to put his hands up to take off his silver mask. And as he's taking off his silver mask, you feel it's a good time as any to rush him and take your first action.
I'm going to pick the cup up
Mm-hmm.
that I brought in with me with one hand.
Okay.
And as I run to him, I'm going to throw it as his face in front of my fist that's going to punch him in the face.
Okay, so are you throwing it at him, or are you punching him in the face?
It's part of the same action.
Okay, well...
My fist is following the cup into his face.
I wish that I could make that happen, but it's two actions. So...
That can't be two actions.
It's two
one
actions.
whole action.
You have to roll the attack, and then you have to roll the throw.
Okay, the first one will be a ranged attack then. And ranged attacks, it would have to count it as a ranged attack. Because it's me throwing something at him.
Well, it depends.
So a
it
ranged attack modifier.
It depends on where you are. Where are you? Are you gonna run up to him and then?
I'm running up to him and I'm throwing it at his face.
Okay, so
there's a ranged attack. So ranged attack modifier is your dexterity modifier plus bonuses or penalties for each source. Add your percentage for attack rolls with weapons. So, do I roll a 1d20? I'll just roll 1d20 plus 4 because it's plus my dex modifier.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So 14 for the cup.
14 for the cup. I'm going to roll myself. Alright. Because I want to give you a fair chance. Alright. So, right as he takes his mask off, he pulls it over to the side, and right as his eyes can actually get good vision with the mask not obstructing them, all he sees is you running literally almost in his face, and just a wave of this liquid coming right at him into his face, and it hits home, and you can't entirely tell how much of it he consumed, but it caught him extremely off guard, and you can tell that some of the liquid has gone into his mouth and possibly in his eyes.
So as he's getting the liquid in his face, I'm performing a unarmed attack on him. Unarmed strike. 18.
Okay. Let me look. Alright. You just managed to hit him. He... Go ahead, roll damage, but he...
1.
For the brief moment that he is completely blindsided by this wave of liquid that's right in his face, you take the moment to just kinda give him a quick jab right to the gut, and that jab is enough to further completely just daze him for the moment. That being said, he instantly goes from dazed to enraged. He is completely out of his own mind with anger at this point. And there we go. And he takes his gloves, which are much closer to you now, and lifts them in front of his face. And as you see him lift those gloves, you can see that on the knuckles of these shimmering gloves are jagged diamonds that he has.
I want everything that he has.
He has diamonds, diamonds encrusted on his gloves, and they aren't like smoothed out and looking for some jewel looking impressive. They're not looking impressive. They are looking extremely ragged, jagged, and don't look like they would be pleasant to touch. He rolls an attack.
Please don't hit me, please. That sounds like it's painful. Don't hit me. Fucking bullshit. +9?
For this attack, yes. Alright. So, he,
You know, you can't make undefeatable creatures in your game. You know that, right?
Of course I can't. Actually, that is just the first roll. But I won't tell you why. Boop. Okay, so...
I'm dead.
No, actually...
He knocks me out with one punch.
I'm not going to tell you what these rolls are for or what they mean, but all you know is that he just looks at both of his fists. He reels back his right hand.
Oh, those are for one of each of his
fists.
shoves.
Okay. He shoves his fist straight into your face. However, as you kind of wrench and cringe, you realize that the liquid that you threw into his face obstructed his vision. He threw a punch, and it wasn't even within distance of your face to properly hit you. He realizes this as he has hit nothing and retracts his fist, feeling about 50 times more enraged.
What are these rolls for then? He should have destroyed me.
Those are rolls to hit, not rolls to damage. So it is now your turn.
He rolled a 27.
I will explain it later. Question later. Trust me.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna, since we are still toe to toe and I have not moved this turn, I shall do a furious blow.
Okay.
Right into the fucking smug face.
All right. And what does furious blow do?
I get 2 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
1d. I got to roll for damage. So it does. So basically, I am lifting my fists up, and I am going to knock the teeth out of his jaw.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do unarmed strike twice at him. So my first one, 14, does not connect.
No.
Son of a bitch. My second one, 14, does not connect.
All right. Well,
I will spend a key.
Okay.
Try and punch this guy in the face. Fucking bullshit.
Yeah, this is gonna be quite the fellow to compete with. However, you're not quite off too much. You just got to quite get a little bit more there. So you see him completely fail this punch, and he retracts his arms, and as he does so, you kind of throw a flurry of punches back at him, but as he pulls the punch back, he kind of wipes his face, and just in time, he sees your punches come, and he just kind of does a juke and jive kind of motion where he just manages to graze both of them out of the way, and then he begins his counterattack.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I don't even have to roll a second. So he once again slowly.
All the 14s.
Yeah. He once again seems a little dazed from your attack and everything that's gone on so far. Hasn't quite gotten his grip on himself yet, and throws another of his spiked leather gloves towards you. But you follow up with a juke and jive of your own. You completely knock it away. It has not even come close to hitting you. You're completely prepared for it, and it is your turn.
Alright. I will do another set of... We have not moved yet, so I shall do another set of furious blows. At this point, I am enraged. I've missed 3 punches in a row. I can't stand for this shit. For Jimmy's sake, for the sake of the Silver Star, I will hit him. 17.
That hits.
That hits. Alright. I am furious. There's nothing that will stop this punch. Fucking 1 damage. God damn it. 1 damage. Alright, next punch.
Alright.
So I graze him a little bit. I'm getting my bearings. I'm
Yeah,
trying to figure out what the best spot to punch him is. 18.
That hits.
Alright, I got my bearings. I know where I should hit him. 2.
Alright. So,
I'll spend my last key point.
Oh, man. Are you ready?
I want to do some damage to this guy.
Alright. I believe.
I meditate for a second, listening to the wind and this crowd, and I realize I need to hit him in the face. Fuck.
Alright. So we won't even mention that last hit. So you take a moment after repelling his attack, just as he repelled yours, and you take 2 quick jabs. Not much power behind them, but you take 2 quick jabs right to his chin, and he isn't quite moved per se, but you see his face actively daze back and forth, and you realize that you connected, and that those hits are definitely going to add up. He realizes this as well, and very much so wants to get a very good hit in.
Please, dear Lord Silverstar, don't hit me. Oh god, just barely hit me.
Yes.
And that one just barely hit me also.
Yes, he does in fact hit you. So he reels back one of these huge fists with the diamond leather gloves, and he reels back and he punches, and it's a curved punch. It's a hook. It's not intended to go straight for your face. He wants to hook you as hard as he can, and it connects, and it will do.
I need to be level 7, so I have dodge. 3. Oh, thank God.
It will do 3 damage, and as he hooks you in the face,
7.
it literally instantly cuts your face. You are instantly cut by these jagged diamonds. It doesn't necessarily cut deep, but every single hit cuts. You can tell just by that one punch that no matter how many blows connect, every single one of them is going to cut you. And it is your turn to react.
God, I wish I'd leveled up. I get awesome shit when I level up. Fucking Samson not let me have awesome shit. If I had Supreme Flurry, I could have advantage on all of my attacks, but no. Anyway, I'll do another flurry of attacks. I can only do 2 since I'm out of key. Alright, my first one, 22.
Definitely connects.
Alright, let's see what I hit him for. Please be something good. Fucking 2, what the fuck is with this shit?
It's 2 damage. Hey, it's damage.
Yeah. Alright, now roll for the second one coming from the other side here. Fuck me.
Alright. So you once again, after taking that hook to the face, you feel the cut, and it's not making you very happy that you've physically been taken by this guy, and you instantly react with another quick jab right to the face, and you realize that these quick jabs are connecting and that they matter and that he's getting angrier and angrier and angrier the more that you hit him and the more that you make him look like a fool. And because
Bitch,
of
I
that,
don't drink your soda.
and because of this, he instantly goes for another attack.
Don't hit me, bitch. Don't hit me. For the sake of the Silver Star and Jimmy, don't hit me.
Ouch.
Oh, fucking shit.
He connects. However, this attack is slightly different, that you're noticing that he's not pulling back a punch this time. This time, his hands are open. And
Is he gonna bitch slap me? Bitch better not bitch slap me.
Okay. Alright. So what happens is he takes his fingers as his hands are open and he goes right for your eyes. He doesn't withdraw
shit.
at all. He goes straight for your eyes. And
he kills me because I'm dead. I only have 7 health.
he connects. However, he instantly withdraws. You can tell that the attack was not in any way meant to deal damage per se. It was dealt to disable you, and you have been blinded for a round.
Alright. Alright.
It is now your turn.
Alright, hold on. Let me, I have a feat. I never told you about that. I have a feat. I have acrobatics. Hold on. Let me see if it pertains to the situation. Where is it? Oh, never mind. It's just a skill. It's not a feat. It says choose from one: acrobatics, athletics, or religion.
Real quick, what is your constitution?
15.
Okay, cool.
Where is? It should be in here. Because athlete's in here. Oh, never mind. I guess acrobatics isn't a skill feat at all. I thought it would come in handy. Apparently, it doesn't. Do you know where it would be? It says I gain I have a skill. I have a special skill.
All right.
Acrobatics.
Okay.
But I don't see it at all.
Oh, well, what are you trying to accomplish?
I'm trying to see if acrobatics can help me here. My
How?
skill, my special skill.
Well, what does it do? I mean, what are you trying to?
That's what I'm trying to find it. That's what I'm trying to find it.
Acrobatics,
I can't find it.
Acrobatics is typically like a proficiency. Like you might get bonus rolls to doing something acrobatic. It might not. I mean, it could if you could creatively find a way that situation would help you somehow.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to find it.
But it's not going to like deal damage. It's not.
No. I'm not trying to have it deal damage. I'm trying to have it help me.
Okay, so what would you want to do acrobatically? Because it's not.
But I'm trying to figure.
It's not going to tell you like you do this and it does this. Because it's.
No, I'm trying to get an overview of what it means to be acrobatic.
Okay, so then acrobatic is basically like if you wanted to like, let's say, jump on his shoulders, or maybe jump the wall, or maybe climb something, you would have a proficiency at doing things like that.
Being a monk of the open hand doesn't help me either. Because I don't get improved flurry of blows to level 11. Because all I can do is deflect missiles.
I mean, you have a pretty high AC. I'm not gonna lie.
No, well, being an unarmed monk makes me a monk of the open hand, so it gives me special abilities, but that didn't help either. I'm just
Okay.
trying to think of a way around the blind, but I don't
Oh
have any.
well, I mean, you can still attack,
Well, no, I know I can still attack. I'm just trying to figure out if
and
there's
like
something special I can do.
and like I said, this is a temporary blind. It is literally for this round and this round only.
Well, yeah, no. Anyway, so okay. Um, feeling humiliated at being blinded, I'm going to just send a flurry of blows in his direction.
Mm-hmm.
The last direction I saw him.
Mm-hmm.
I can still kind of feel his overwhelming presence that way.
All right.
Um, so I'm going to send 2 blows his direction.
Okay. So what you're gonna do
50.
is
Oh, okay, never mind. Hold on. Do I have to do a special roll?
no, you're fine. You
That
well, yeah, that one, that first throw, you completely throw in the wrong direction where you thought you knew where he was, but it wasn't close enough to really even come close to grazing him. And then you throw your second shot,
yeah.
and it follows suit. You're coming really close, but it's not quite there. Um, but right after throwing those blows, you kind of rub your eyes a little bit, and you kind of open them up again, and you can see where he is now. And as you do so, you can see him readying an attack.
Okay. Oh, I need to be level 3 for the majority of the open hand crap. Son of a bitch. Anyway.
21.
God damn, dude. This guy is fucking stupid.
He he has now gone back to his gloves, and he's ready to throw another hook. Seems that a lot of these attacks that he wants to throw at you are hooks. And you realize
2 damage?
you realize that this attack specifically is feels a little bit weaker than the ones you felt in the past. And as he throws this hook, and you kind of take it to the face, and you kind of look back at him, and you can see him wavering in a way. He's kind of looking at his fists again, and he's kind of a little bit anxious looking, and looks back at you, trying to keep his composure.
I know what's going on. My plan is working.
And now you're
I think I... Alright.
is now your
Am
turn.
I all good now?
Mm-hmm. It's your
Okay.
turn.
Can I see now?
Yes, you absolutely can.
Even with my plan slightly working, I'm getting my ass kicked. Alright, let me go back here for classes.
What is your
I don't
health
really...
at, by the way?
5.
Okay, cool.
Let's see here. Trying to see if I have any other abilities that are in my level range. No, everything else is level 3. Okay. Alright, going in for another flurry of blows in his direction. Let's just test this shit out. 10, nothing. Next hit, 16.
That hits.
That hits?
Yes. You now are throwing a final punch of the 2 that you threw at him. He dodges the first one with a quick strife in the opposite direction. However, his movements seem slower, and you instantly clock him right in the direction that he was going with the hook. And he looks dazed. He looks completely caught off guard. Like, how could he possibly get hit by that? And you take a nice chunk of his health, and he is he almost looks like he's wavering now completely. you finish your attack, and he is still confused, almost looking as to why his attacks don't seem to be as strong as before. And he kind of looks up slowly at you, and once again he becomes enraged. and he charges you.
Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Oh my god, thank you, no whammy.
He charges at you, and I'm even going to say that both of you, it's more of a tackle even, but you both remain on your feet. And I can't fucking get this thing to work ever. I love this fucking.
What are you trying to do?
Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it. No, wait.
Okay. Oh, you're trying to draw?
No, there we go.
It's easier to draw your thing outside and then bring it in.
Yeah, I'm learning this now. Okay, so he charges you. Can you move your star?
Yeah, I can move my star.
Okay, so we're gonna say that you're in the middle of the arena now. So he tries to try and tackle you, but he can't even quite get you off your feet. So you both just kind of push in the same direction, and now you're smack dab in the middle of the arena. And whatever attack that he was going for, it just didn't quite work how he had planned it. It is now your turn.
All right, we go for another flurry of blows. This time, I'm gonna hit him in the dick. No, I'm not gonna be that vulgar. I'll punch him in the head. 10, nothing. 18.
Absolutely, and you just basically as he's almost staggering at this point, he has his head a little bit lower after trying to tackle you, and you just lift your hand up and just punch him in the back of the head as he's staggering downwards, and he literally falls to his knees. And as he kind of tends to his wound for the time being, he looks up at you, and just as the entire time, you just see nothing but rage and anger in his eyes, as if something has gone horribly wrong. And as he gets up, he tries a similar attack that he has tried before. And it fails.
Miserably.
He opens his hands again, and once again takes his fingers and tries to gouge towards your eyes and towards your face. But unfortunately, you see this a mile away, and you just kind of push his hands over to the side, and he doesn't even have a way to react to that, because he's on his he's got very weak knees at this point. And it is your turn.
All right, I'm going for the legs. One arm to each leg. I'm gonna knock him to the ground. 15 doesn't hit, right?
Actually, this does connect.
All right, so 6 to one leg.
Oof. You
And then
well, yeah, go ahead.
9. That one doesn't
Alright,
hit.
no.
Yeah.
As you push his arms away, you can see that he's kind of got a little bit of momentum now in that direction. And as he turns to that direction, you just take the opportunity and you just haymaker right in his top thigh as he turns, and his leg just kind of wobbles uncontrollably for a short period of time, and he once again falls to his knees. And as he does this time, he's on his hands and knees. He can't even move for a brief period of time, but his head does instantly look up at you with nothing but hate and anger, and you would dare say that he is berserk at this point and not even thinking straight, because he instantly jumps up after that brief moment of looking back up at you. And he swings.
Well, damn. -1. Such a critical
Oh,
fail.
okay. So that's gonna get some flavor. So, like I said, he is completely berserk at this point. He has no control over himself. It's entirely instinctual and reactionary. And he jumps to his feet, stares you straight in the eye, and swipes at you with his hands still open, almost like a claw. And he swipes once again at your face, but it does not even come close. Not even come close to hitting you. As you can see these actions a mile away. They're not even they're entirely predictable because of how slow he's acting and not very fighterish. Just more like an animal. It is now your turn.
All right, going for the flurry of blows again. I'm gonna knock his ass down. We're going for the first swing is going for the dick. The next swing is going for the chin.
Okay.
14.
That does not hit, unfortunately.
All right. Noticing my first attack doesn't hit him in the dick, my second attack is going for that now. 20.
Absolutely hits. And where is this headed?
We're headed for the dick.
Okay. Well,
6 damage to the dick.
All right. So you
I'm putting him out of commission. He's
You
done.
You see him jump to his feet and swipe uncontrollably, and you notice that as he's swiping uncontrollably, he's got no stance whatsoever, not like a fighter, like a rabid beast, and even his armor at this point is kind of like to the side, unhooked, and it looks like he's just practically falling apart, and all of his stuff is just not quite where it should be. And you take the opportunity, seeing that he's completely displaced, and you punch him in the most vital of organs, and he takes a very heavy blow, and he can't even remotely do anything but curl up into a ball. He is once again on his hands and knees, and this time he isn't looking up. He isn't even remotely looking up. However, he does take his turn, and this time he slowly gets up, very, very slowly. And as you see his face slowly rise from looking down, you can stare into his eyes and see that they are in fact glazed over. But he is still going nonetheless, almost as if it was entirely by instinct at this point. And he swings at you. That is extremely impressive that happened. But you realize that this fight has taken a turn that you never imagined that it could possibly. He almost seems helpless at this point, not only enraged and completely animalistic, but he looks, and you can just get an overall sense that he's weak and powerless at this point. Something has turned this hulking man who's like towering above you in height almost, and he is now just completely powerless in front of you. He swings, but there's no intensiveness into his swings anymore. It's almost like he's losing power every single time he's attacking you. It is now your turn.
Alright. We're gonna go for another set of blows. This time we're just gonna hit him wherever we land. Wherever we can get a good inch, we're gonna take it. 19.
One more?
Well, I roll for damage because
yeah,
that next, right?
Go ahead and roll it for damage.
That way it makes it a little bit easier. 2 on that one.
Roll.
And then the next one, 17.
Roll.
5.
Oh yeah.
7
All right.
damage in total.
So you see him completely weak in the knees. You look at it. You look at his face. You can see that his lip is twitching uncontrollably. That his eyes are just completely not only glazed over, but almost like they're looking in different directions at this point. It's literally like he's not even human. That he's completely devolving in front of you as a person. He is just completely has no way of stopping you, defenseless in every single bit of the meaning. And you take the moment, you reel back one fist, and you swing. And when you punch him, he goes flying toward the ground. He is completely unprotected as he lay on the ground, and you don't hesitate for a moment to get on top of him. You turn him over as he's facing downward, and you face him up, and you stand over him in your incredible razzle dazzle prowess, and you lift the final fist, and you strike downward right on his bridge of his nose. And as you do so, blood comes spraying out of his nose, and he howls the most blood-curdling, awful, horrible, inhuman sound that you've ever heard in your entire life. But after, you hear nothing and you see no reaction from him whatsoever. The entire audience is at awe. There's not a single thing being spoken, not the announcer, not anyone cheering. They can't believe what they've just witnessed. But after a few moments, after you walk a couple steps backwards from being over top of him, everyone slowly stands to their feet and they just start cheering, Razzle, 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 Razzle. And the announcers just look at each other. It's almost as if they never thought this would be possible. And you look out to the crowd as they cheer for you. And in that specific spot, that nice little clubhouse where you met the elitist politician / gambler man, you look and you see people fighting. You see nothing but fists throwing at each other like there was a fight in the arena. The intensity there is so intense, and you can't help but completely have your attention focused on this. And you see, the one thing that you see is the man that you talk to running and jumping out of the box into the stands, and he's carrying a briefcase of sorts, kind of like a compressed bag, and he has it, and he is running out of the arena. You turn after seeing such a crazy sight, and can almost not even hear anything from the deafening chants of your name. And as you look in the opposite direction of that, you see the announcer, and he just says, Razzle is our new champion. Not screaming, not excited, just a plain and simple voice that kind of echoes from where he stands. And you see that both sides of the arena have opened up once again, gates opening, and the familiar sight of the medical attention men. They come in and they do their best to lift the Overbringer. They're struggling. He's such a large, a tall man. But they struggle, and they manage to slowly take him out. And the gate behind you, from which you came, opens. What do you do?
Well, I want my fucking money. I'm gonna go after the guy that's running away with the briefcase.
Alright. So you exit the fighting area of the arena. And as you walk through, you You don't see Wilbur anywhere to be found. And you find this extremely odd, seeing as he's the one who's supposed to give you the refreshments, sometimes before and after, whatever the fighter chooses. And also, to your dismay, you don't see Jimmy anywhere. What would you like to do? You're in the backstage area. You're a little banged up, to say the least. You've got
Go into the
cuts on your face.
overgiver's room.
Go to the overgiver's room. All right.
Yes.
So you walk down the hallway, and as you get closer and closer, and soon now you are right on top of the overgiver's door, you see that it is closed shut, just as always, and that the door doesn't really give, it doesn't budge, it doesn't give way. The same keyhole is just laying there, stationary. Nothing has changed. It's the same old door.
Keyholes don't tend to move.
Yes, well, the door is the same as it ever was for you.
All right, before I go find the son of a bitch with my money, going for the star again.
All right. You go ahead and roll for that star as many times as you'd like.
19.
All right. You give it a good go. You take your hands, and you have some very strong hands. You are a powerful man, and you rip and you grab and you pull and you tug in every possible thing that you think that you could do with this star. Has no effect whatsoever on it. It is smelted in extremely hard, and as much as a man can do with his hands, you did, and it's still stationary as always.
Fuck it, I'm gonna kick the door in.
All right, go ahead.
Fuck.
All right, well, you kick the shit out of that door, but it kind of just almost laughs at you.
All right.
In a door kind of way, but as you were doing this, as you were doing this, pulling at the star, kicking at the door, taking a little bit of time to vent your frustrations and anxious wants and needs of this door and what might be behind it, you hear a voice, and that voice is getting louder and louder and louder, and it's coming from the direction you just came from. And okay, hold on a second. And you recognize this voice, and it says, "Razzle, where are you? Razzle, Razzle, I have to warn you. Razzle, where are you?" And you realize that it's Jimmy, and that he's running as fast as he possibly can to find you. And you turn and you see him face to face, and he's a bit bloodied in the face, a little bit more than what happened with when you slapped him. He's got a cut and a very bruised face under his left eye.
All right, Jimmy, what do you want?
He says, they took me, and they put me in that room, and then they took me out of the arena, and I couldn't do anything. I wanted to warn you, no matter what, I had to help, but I couldn't get here in time. I'm so sorry.
You here in time for what, Jimmy?
It was him and that guy, that kid that looked like me almost. They said that they were gonna get you. They said they were gonna trick you, just like the others.
Oh, that whole shebang? Nah, that shit's over. I beat the overgiver.
And he kind of takes a moment for himself. He says, "My God, but they were gonna poison you. They said it was."
Yeah, I figured that out as soon as you disappeared.
They said it was gonna be the strongest poison they've ever tried. They told me the whole thing as they were taking me out. I think they were gonna kill me. I can't believe that you came out on top. That you beat them. Were you poisoned? How did you overcome the poison?
I gave the overgiver a taste of his own medicine.
Jimmy kind of laughs with you. He's like, "That's incredible. Not only are you incredibly powerful and brave, but you're also incredibly smart. Amazing." You're not just a fighter or a warrior. You're a hero." Jimmy is just kind of like fawning over you, but also catching his breath at the same time. And as you as you're having this conversation, you you hear another person yelling for you, coming down in the opposite direction, um, from where the infirmatory is, and infirmary even.
Yes.
And he all you hear is, "I got it! I got it! Let's get the hell out of here! I got it! I got it! Let's get the hell out of here!" And the voice is definitely familiar. You believe it to be the man that you spoke to in the stands.
Give me mine and you get the hell out of here.
He is not stopping at all as he's running, and he heads basically toward the front of the Coliseum.
As he runs by me, I want to clothesline that motherfucker. I want my money.
You're gonna clothesline the man.
Yes.
Okay. So I want you to roll.
17.
All right. You absolutely 100% clothesline this guy. I want you to roll a d6.
2.
All right. Fair enough. You knock him off his feet, and he is so blindsided that he is dazed. He can't speak or act for the time being. But in his hand, his bag goes flying down the hallway toward the front of the Coliseum, and as the bag hits the ground, you hear kind of a jingle jangle kind of sound, and you kind of recognize the sound as being what
I go over and pick it up.
yeah, silver gold currency sounds like in this world. And
coins.
You pick it up. Jimmy says, "What's in the bag, sir?"
My winnings.
He says, "Incredible! That's a huge bag. I can't possibly even imagine how you'd manage to spend that much money." But no,
About how many coin pieces are in this bag?
there is going to be you had a bet.
I won 100 from the win. Yeah.
You got 100 gold as your victory, and you allowed the man to speak for you and to make a bet with your winnings. He effectively doubled your money.
So I have 200 now.
You now have 200 gold coins in that bag.
All right. I walk over to the man who's still dazed. I give him 50 gold pieces.
All right.
Say thanks. I give Jimmy 10, and I take the rest.
All right. Jimmy looks up to you, and this is more money than Jimmy's ever seen in his entire life. He has never even held this much money, let alone seen it all in one place. He takes it. He kind of cringes and holds it and looks around. He's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're giving me this." And he's just like, "You're so generous. I can't believe it. I'm so happy for you. You're the champion now." And he kind of acts a little bit more differently than usual. He says all this, and instead of kind of being gracious and staying, he just instantly bolts for the door. And the man, as you lay the money on his chest, is completely still. He is still dazed. He has not woken up from his short, brief stun. He seems to be fairly healthy, a little reddened around the face from where your arm hit him, but he's dazed. The money is on top of his chest, and you continue on doing what you're doing. Where would you like to go?
I'm done here.
All right.
Nothing left for me here.
All right.
Leave the Coliseum, I guess. I'm done.
Well, you go to the front of the Coliseum, and you are quickly confronted by some official people that you know from the Coliseum, and they say, "Well, it would be bad if we were to confront you here, but there's nothing that we can do now. You are the official champion, and this is how it's going to have to be, for now at very least." And the man hands over the diamond and jeweled encrusted belt to you, and he says, "I got this off of Overgiver's corpse." And he looks at you with very serious eyes, and he says, "Yes, I said corpse." And he says, finally, before turning and walking away, "We hope to see you again very soon. We'll make you an even more rich man very easily."
I immediately look for the nearest pawn shop to sell the belt.
Okay. You walk out of the Coliseum, and at the outside of the Coliseum, you hold your winnings in one hand, the belt in the other. In the distance, you can see Jimmy running, literally running at full speed, faster than you think even you could possibly run. And it looks like he's headed toward the Commonwealth area, the homes of most people, the residents. And it seems like he is running all the way home with his winnings, Willy Wonka style.
I'm glad only 10 silver was enough to get him the hell away from me.
You said 10 gold.
10 gold, sorry.
Yeah. 10 gold.
10 gold is
a lot. It's a lot.
Well, 10 gold is enough to get him the fuck away from me.
It is for sure. And as you leave the arena, you see behind you, it's almost like a stampede of people running towards you. The fans are only held by the gate that closed behind you as you left. The gate once again has to open, and you see the people who open the gate kind of look at you like, "You want us to keep it closed, or?"
Yeah, keep that shit closed. Don't let those people out of there.
One of the man controlling the gate kind of winks at you, gives you the, "Yeah, okay," and the fans are just going wild. They're screaming. They're throwing like shirts at you and confetti and whatever they have in their hands at you. They're just like, "You're the best, you're the best, you're amazing, you're the champion, you're gonna be the best champion ever." And as you're walking away, you go ahead and head off into the sunset, into the town, towards the pawn shop, as you request.
How much I get for the belt?
You get 500 gold for the belt.
Hell yeah!
And that, my friends, is the story, the story of Razzle Armstrong,
the dick to all people,
the biggest jerk of all time.
Razzle Armstrong, the best.
Oh my god, that was pretty good. I think that went good. I think that went pretty good.
You
for how fast.
The only thing I will say is you didn't leave a lot of creativity for me as the player.
No, there was absolutely very little you could do. Though I will say that you did well with what you had, and absolutely did what I would hope you would do in this situation. But there were some things that I had planned differently. Like, you could have talked to some other wrestlers. Some of the wrestlers were friendly, would have given you more advice, a little bit more information about the Overgiver. Would have told you.
I don't need their fucking advice.
Well, they would have told you about, one, the Overgiver's diamond encrusted gloves.
Those didn't turn out to be a problem because I poisoned the motherfucker.
Well, that's true too. And they would have also told you about the gloves that the blonde-haired man had, and warned you about
that
them.
didn't turn out to be a problem.
He almost killed you.
He came pretty close.
He came very close. If it wasn't for the fact that he set himself on fire, it could have.
That's true.
It could have gotten pretty. It could have gotten pretty bad. I wasn't gonna let him put himself on fire until you got him close to his health max, and you.
We only had 3 health left, anyways.
Yeah. No, actually, he only had 2 health left.
Oh, okay.
I did 3 damage, so. But
Yeah.
yeah. So you got him just low enough to mess himself up, and then but yeah, they would have told you about those gloves, his gloves, and then you could have gone back and talked to the man about your winnings, about rumors. You could have asked him to investigate anything
It, it
involving.
all it all came to fruition when I walked over and I noticed Jimmy was gone. That's why I went over and inspected the stall.
Mm-hmm. And that
So like
was
it was like Jimmy's gone. What the fuck's going on? That kid swoons over me every day,
right.
and that's why I didn't leave Wilbur alone. That's why I stood there the
Yep.
whole time.
That's what I hoped for,
It's
and
like
you did it just as you needed to in this situation. Um, I tried to kind of do a little bit more since you didn't really. I mean, you looked for Jimmy, but you didn't really like go back anywhere or do anything. So some of the other stuff that you could have done was you could have followed what's his face, MC Funk, back into the locker room.
nah, fuck MC Funk.
What you would have found is that he was
Well, you did say I could hear the ha 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 in the
yeah,
distance,
yeah,
and I had a
exactly.
sneaking suspicion that it was poison. That's why I made fucking douchebag MC Funk drink it.
Right, exactly. And like
So
I said, that in fact was them going for him in the locker room. Uh, he was poisoned and incapacitated.
you didn't die?
No, he didn't. He didn't die. But
Well,
then
fuck!
again,
I should make him drink more.
then again, he didn't have someone standing over him, punching him in the bridge of his nose. So I'm sure if somebody did stand over him as he lay unconscious and punch
And
him in the
beat the
bridge of the
fuck out of
nose,
him.
that he in fact would have died. So um, there were quite a few things that that potion did to him. It would have done less to you had you taken it, though. What it did to him was lower his attack rolls. It lowered his AC. You might have noticed that
Okay.
early on his
Yeah, I
AC
did.
was
I did.
higher.
Yeah.
And it also, in the end, after a lot of rounds passed, it ended up lowering his damage output dramatically. I gave him what was it? I gave his attack rolls a -2 as opposed
Yeah.
to a +8 at the beginning of
Yeah.
the fight. So instead of him doing 27s, he was doing -2s.
Yeah.
So, but he did
What
two
would it have
two
done to me
bad
if I
rolls.
drank it?
If you would have drank it, I was going to do a random roll on whether you would have taken a negative AC bonus,
Oh, okay.
or whether or not you would take a disadvantage on every roll for the fight.
Ah,
And a disadvantage would probably hurt pretty bad in that fight.
I probably would have died.
Yeah, but I tried to make it pretty damn obvious. I didn't want to make it too obvious, but it was obvious enough that I think that anybody would see what was going on there. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of the thing
Well, I
built
figured there had to be like in the first start when there was the rumors about people
exactly,
getting weak, and passing out. I
exactly
knew there was something up,
right. So I tried to make it
which is why,
fairly
well,
obvious.
I brought the drink in with me too, and I went to fight the flame fist guy.
Right, and that actually ended up
So
well. It didn't necessarily, but it could have ended up working out extremely well for you because you wouldn't have taken.
if I had hit the roll to drop the fire, yeah.
Right, the fire would have gone out
So,
absolutely and would have done significantly less damage to you, and you just would have won right out. So that was also a good idea.
I had the right mind. I knew like this D&D shit. I can read it pretty well. It's just the rolls are RNG.
The funny thing is that both the first drinks gave you bonuses, both of them. The first one heals.
I drank one of them,
Right, and
but I
it
drank
healed
it
you.
afterwards.
Right, it healed
Yeah.
you. So
What did the other one do?
it was gonna be if you drank it before the fight, it would give you a either a plus AC or a plus to attack rolls, or yeah,
Okay.
that's what I mean. Plus to attack rolls, or it would give you a advantage for a I don't know, maybe 2 rounds, two-round
okay.
advantage. And then if you took it after, it was going to heal you for.
Yeah.
It was 2, I think, that I said I gave you.
Yeah, too.
And then, yeah, that's how that was gonna go. But it was the first 2, so I thought it was funny that you didn't drink the one and just brought it in. because he's like, I'm paranoid of this shit. Fuck him. But the
Yeah.
funny thing is, you just hated Jimmy so much that you didn't want to drink it in spite of him. He's like your biggest.
Basically,
He's like your biggest fan, and
he's the he's the one who ultimately saved my life because I hated him so much.
Exactly. Exactly. Jimmy saved your life, and you hated his guts. But yeah, you helped him out. You gave him the gold. I mean, that probably set
I
him
know.
for life.
Well, yeah, he'll leave me alone for the rest of his life, which is nice.
All right, so I gotta go to the bathroom, but I'll be back to talk to you, so you don't need to like
Yeah.
Skype or anything. But I'm gonna close the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm probably gonna highlight the whole thing. It was pretty fun. There was a couple of things I would have changed, but not much. I still need to work on the improv. That I was fluttering around on my words on some stuff, but it'll come.
It
with
was
time.
Yeah, we'll talk more when you come back.
Yeah, it all comes with time. So thank you guys for watching. Everybody who stuck around, super duper appreciate it, and I hope to do more of this in the future. So I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.